you!
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out! Combo move! This is what they've been doing! Hey, McAfee!
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick!
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Heyman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. There's a lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where, as fans, we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rapid whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling J.J. Williams to get the official word. J.J., speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining JCU was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
We got the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say.
just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen. first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James is talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Cool. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the usual Saturday night shenanigans. No, don't adjust your channels, your stations. It is I, Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz, hosting until JJ can get off of work. I'm just waiting for people to pile in. I'm watching Collision, and we'll get into this as soon as people start coming in. I guess other people are watching Collision as well. What is going on, everybody? What's up, Safet? How you doing this evening? Thanks for joining each stream, as we have seen you in the chat room for everything. So, what do people want to talk about? Leave some comments. I'm waiting for the room to fill up. I, of course, streamed with Noah Foster earlier with Vengeance Day. So our first subject should be reaction to Vengeance Day. I'm just waiting on anybody to comment on that. As a matter of fact, to use up a little time, I'm going to go ahead and play one of the few trailers we have here. Here's the updated watch-along trailer so that you can see everything that's coming up on the Simply Reliable Studios here on all across the channels. We'll be back after these messages.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the professional wrestling and all upcoming watch-alongs with sports and other things. Looking forward to doing the World Series, doing the Super Bowl again next year. WrestleMania, April's extremely busy. But yeah, until people come in, I'm just going to give my thoughts about NXT. We were live from our nation's capital in Washington. We started off hot with the women's NXT North American Championship with Stephanie Valkyrie, my mamacita, against Fallon Henry. For those that watched the Simply Predicting, I said Stephanie was going to win. Then I was convinced otherwise and went against my own fat gut and picked Fallon, thinking that this title deserves a longer run. However, we have a new NXT Women's North American Champion, Stephanie Valkyrie. What a match. That's how you start a pay-per-view. The way that she defeated Henley, she won by pinfall. It was a good match. It seemed like they struggled a little bit to keep in place in the middle, but more or less, Stephanie went on the outside, took out the rest of Fatal Attraction, and she was able to win that. I kind of freaking knew that that was happening. I shouldn't have went against my gut. Oh yeah, Emmanuel was saying blame him. It was more JJ that kind of convinced me what he was saying. It shouldn't be a one and done, but I knew it. I just had a feeling that they were gonna put Julia and Stephanie as like number 1 and 2 of this division, and I knew it. And I'll talk about that more in a little bit of what happened. Next up, we had Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura against the team that just won't lose. They refuse to lose. Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom. Josh Briggs and Yoshiki were just overwhelming them. Sheer power. Diving into Briggs, followed by high-low combinations. I mean, at one point, Inamura literally carried both of them and just threw them. Then when Axiom would try to chop Fraxium, he would not even feel it. Like, he literally would just play it off. And it didn't matter. But I give this match, I feel like I'm doing like an Aaron's review since I'm all alone, but I give this match an A. It was definitely a match. It was the debut of, well, not a debut, but it was a third, fourth match that these two had together for Briggs and Inamura. But I mean, they did a great job. But you knew Fraxium wasn't winning, because I really think, or sorry, Fraxium wasn't losing, I should say. I really feel like they are going against the Hardys, and we might get an undisputed, maybe a TNA / NXT Tag Team Championship match with all the Hardys can make history, win those titles, and have 4 belts at the same time in TNA. That's where I feel like the tag division is headed, and then that can be the downfall of Fraxium. And, you know, the crowd was really into Inamura's physical style. He was battering his opponents with chops. Next up, you had the, what was the next match? Oh, the Trick Williams, Eddie Thorpe. That was the strap match. Now, this was a hell of a match. Back and forth. Trick's, of course, signature is whipping that trick. Whip that trick. And that's what he did. He beat the living hell out of Thorpe. At one point, Thorpe was bleeding. No, sorry. Wrong match. He wasn't bleeding out of his nose. That was Ethan Page. But Trick was whipping his back. His chest was red. They were using the strap much to their advantage. I guess the strap was maybe, I estimated it about 6 feet, because they were using it to pull each other into turnbuckles. But much to other people's surprise, I got this one right. I said Eddie Thorpe would win. He won, and like, there's an angle, like, after you watch, you guys got to go back to see it. There was like a fan with dreads, and his face was almost like the Undertaker when he lost. That the face, he was just like, he could not believe that Trick lost. So I don't know if this is a reset for Trick. I don't know what's going on, but Thorpe did win. I broke Noah, because I called Eddie Thorpe the Timu Tatanka, because he's pretty much reliving that same gimmick. But they brawled on the outside before the match can even begin for about 2 minutes before either one of them were strapped in. Tripp caught Eddie with an STF using the strap. Thorpe had to pull himself outside to avoid being able to tap out. Then we got a little, what we get next? Oh, okay. Ricky Starks had a little showing. And again, big note, they didn't say his name. I know it say his name and Joe Henry appears, but they would not say Ricky Starks' name. And he said, I'm going to be there this Tuesday and I'm going to sign live on my NXT contract. He kept calling, he just said me, my, speaking in the first person. They never said his name. When it went over to the commentators, they would not say his name. Then came what might have, my opinion, stole the night. Ethan Page, All Eagle versus Javon Evans. This was just a brutal back and forth match. Evans at first didn't do any of the bouncing stuff. He put a mouthpiece in, came to the ring, and was serious. And he took Ethan Page out. At one point, he did do a bouncy move. He ran from the inside of the ring, threw himself over the top rope onto the table, like narrowly. He almost overshot it, almost flew past Page, took out all three commentators, and took out the table. Like Booker, you guys got to watch it when Booker T gets stopped. Well, he couldn't get his headset back on. Javon was doing some crazy stuff, and then these two were just swinging back and forth, trying to knock each other in the jaw, obviously. Hey, Charles, how are you? I'm glad you're switching back and forth. Yeah, Noah and James, that's why they're not here right now. They're doing the collision watch along of Australia, which I have in the background, which now is the Buddy Matthew match right now. But this was a tight page. It ended when Javon tried to jump over the top rope, and you can see that his mouthpiece was a little loose, and then Ethan Page just caught him with like a crazy punch that just knocked the mouthpiece out, and then all this blood was coming out of Javon Evans, and Ethan Page also was bleeding out of his nose, so both men were a bloody mess. Then he won with like a I forgot what Noah called it, the smiling cutter, I think it was called, a smile cutter that he did. So yeah, Page defeated Evan by pinfall. That mouth guard flew out, and it was just blood. So I don't know if he re-injured him, broke his jaw. I don't know what happened exactly, but we got to tune in Tuesday to see what's going on with Javon. Next up was the NXT Championship match. Obafemi, of course, defended against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Pretty much what we thought was going to happen happened for at least the beginning half of the match. A-Town Down Under worked together to beat up Obafemi, weaken him. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory then hit a fall from Grace on Waller. They did a bunch of stuff, and then it came to the point where I think it was Waller pushed Theory, and then they almost came to blows, but then they thought about, oh, we still got to work together to get Obafemi out of here. Then they started beating each other up. Then all three of them were going at it. Oba was able to defeat him, but what's interesting is what happened after the match. That group, the mysterious group that they've been teasing for the last couple of weeks, came out, and they attacked the hell out of Obafemi. Still don't know exactly who's in the group. Yeah, Charles, they're gonna join as soon as they can, which is why I'm giving my thoughts on Vengeance to kind of use up a little time until they came. But yeah, the rest of the people came out. Those four people, we still don't know who did. Well, you kind of know because one of their masks fell off. But notable parts of the match: Waller sent Femi through a table with the diving elbow. Theory tried to pick up a win with A-Town down. Finally started arguing. That's when it all went downhill for them. Theory did catch Femi with that A-Town down, but Waller pulled the referee out of the ring, and that's when he got pissed off because he got that cost him the match. Then Ava was interviewed, I believe, about those mysterious men, and she said, well, I'll deal with that Tuesday. When you got a little appearance from the director of authority of TNA, Santino Marella, and they discussed the TNA NXT partnership with Ariana Grace. Ava kind of teased like she was going to mention that they're a father-daughter combination, but didn't do it. She said, oh, never mind, and then they went in. Then the main event happened. NXT Women's Champion Julia versus Bayley. versus Roxanne versus Cora Jade, and right from the beginning, these four were going at it. There was a couple of times where, there were double teams by Cora and Roxanne, but they immediately then turned on each other. There were also teams by Bayley and Julia also teamed up, I should say. It was a good fatal four-way. And before the match, Valkyria teased that she was going to stick around for the main event, so I knew something was going to happen. As soon as she had the title, I said they're going to give them the moment where they both come out. I predicted it, and that's what happened. But the crowd was kind of behind Bayley from the opening bell. So Julia and Bayley were the crowd favorites. But it was a good fatal four-way. Jade and Perez teased working together until Jade kneed the Prodigy intentionally into Julia. Julia then isolated, I believe it was Perez. Yeah, she pinned Perez, which is, I didn't think that they were going to do that, but she pinned Perez. But the moment came after the match. So Stephanie's music hit. They came in. They kind of had like a WrestleMania 20 Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit type moment where they both held the titles, and you thought that was the end of the night. The little credits came up. They showed Julia. They showed Stephanie. And then, the sirens came off. And Jordan Grace came in saying, she had a shirt with the This Is NXT shirt. And she went in the ring. And the pay-per-view left the air with the three of them standing in the ring. Literally, Jordan Grace was staring at Stephanie Valkyria and Julia. So I guess Jordan Grace is on the NXT brand. As if this women's division wasn't stacked enough, here comes Jordan Grace. And that was awesome, man. So overall, I get the pay-per-view a B. I was happy with how they ended. I forgot to mention that was twice that the four people jumped. It was after the tag match, and it was the Obafemi match. But yeah, it's a good overall pay-per-view. I can't give my thoughts on Collision yet. I stayed away from the internet. I stayed away from the spoilers, so I don't know what happened. I'm actually watching it live in the background while Noah and James are doing the contact. So those are my thoughts on Vengeance. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Yeah, JJ's on his way from work, so it's going to be a little while. So I'm alone right now giving these thoughts here. I'm going to go back to the trailer. I need to get something to drink because talking by myself makes my mouth full. I am going to run the trailer one more time, and we'll be back on the flip side. Yeah, exactly, Manuel. The spoiler is some people win, some people lose. Well put, my friend. Well put. So I'll be back on the other side of this trailer.
And now for a taste of things to come.
realize I'm not even in the stage. So I'm still waiting for the rest of the team to join. I'm not sure what's going on. I think they are still watching Collision. So once they're in here, we'll bring everybody in and start getting their thoughts. I think I see Big G viewing the comment in the private chat, and so is Datilla. For those of you that are watching Collision, I might as well tell you what's going on right now, because it's right now it looks like, yeah, Buddy Matthews just got DDT'd by Okada on the outside of the ring, so that match is still going on. I believe we're halfway through the card. Know what, Emmanuel? I don't even remember what happened on SmackDown, except for, oh, that's what we can talk about on SmackDown. How many of y'all actually believe that Roxanne and Liv Morgan attacked Jade? They did a little segment in which they attacked. They showed a cell phone video, which, to be honest, looked like, with WWE and technology, that looked like that was filmed that day, and they just showed it. And if you look very closely, Naomi's overreacted, oversold it, and just said, see, people kept thinking it was me. They kind of made it obvious that it is Naomi. I don't know what you guys think, but Naomi definitely attacked Jade Cargill, because the way she was so relieved that somebody had some cell phone footage, maybe she set it up. But I don't think Bianca will go heel, so it's got to be Naomi, which I don't mind. I don't mind. We all thought it was there. And what I don't get is I mostly wanted Naomi to join the bloodline. And then and people kept saying, well, that's kind of impossible to do because Jay is a heel and Naomi's a face. Now that Jay, Jay, no, not Jay. What the hell am I talking about? Jesus Christ, I'm having a brain fart. They should go back to the scene of the crime. Jimmy is Naomi's husband. Jimmy went back to being a face. Now you're gonna make make Naomi a heel. Now it kind of, they're never gonna do it. It is Jimmy Charles. I couldn't think of it, but now that you have her go heel, it won't make sense because Jimmy's the face. Is like, now we can never get the bloodline. But who cares? I guess that's just what's gonna happen. It is Jimmy. Emmanuel saying at this rate, I think no, I don't think she faked that attack. Oh, that would be the stupidest angle if she faked it herself. Like, who did she did? And then the other big angle, yep, Charles just brought it up. Thank you, Charles. Is the Jacob Fatu solo angle in the ring. The biggest takeaway from that is that Solo actually said, "I love you" to Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu just kind of walked away and never said it. And we all know that Jacob just, the whole time that the new bloodline came into fruition, all you heard was, "I love you, Solo." Solo never said it to him either, if you really go back and look at it. And now it's the other way around. So is this a face turn for Fatu? Is it a ruse? We got to see what happens, but that is a good angle. This, I think, is going to end up being a potential WrestleMania match. Solo versus Jacob Fatu. That is going to be an awesome one. Charles saying that I see Jacob versus Solo. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. That is the kind of match that you need. That's one of the marquee key matches. It's not going to be a main event. Probably the third or fourth match, because I really think Jey Uso and Gunther are going to open, and you get the title switch there to start off the pay-per-view hot. But yeah, that was pretty much SmackDown. Yeah, of course it's a ruse, because that's what it is. It's got to be Naomi. It just wouldn't make sense for it to be anyone else. Unless you had some kind of debut that was going to come out, but it wouldn't make sense. It could be KO versus Randy Orton or the Sami Zayn rematch, but I'm a little shocked that they're doing that at Elimination Chamber. I think it's going to be like some kind of like Shawn and Triple H where it was unsanctioned. I don't think, and it's not WWE's fault. And they're going to say, Sammy, you're risking it yourself. We have no liability. And that's what I think is going to end up happening here, but I'm not sure. I don't know why they're going to do that. I have no idea why they would do that at Elimination Chamber. Plus, it doesn't give Sammy enough time to recover, so I don't think he's going to be medically clear at all by Chamber. Chamber is what is it, March 1st? So like 2 Saturdays away, or maybe three Saturdays away. That's not enough time to recover from whatever neck injuries after a power driver that he got. So I'm gonna cut away for a minute, try to get in touch with the fellas, get another one. I'm gonna run the intro to this one more time. That'll buy us a couple of minutes. I'm sorry that the video is running again, but I'm gonna run the intro to the Saturday Night Shenanigans, and then I'll be back right after that, hopefully with some company. So stay tuned. Be right back.
I don't like you.
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out. Combo move. This is what they've been doing. Hey, McAfee.
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick.
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade JJ Williams. Hi guys. Hi guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Heyman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when what's his name did his promo Monday. He said, "I'm from a prestige university." I said he majored in Steiner math.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rap is whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan, and with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining Chase U was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
They got the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
just think how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James was talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Cool.
And back alone, still winning people. Jeff is at the happiest place on earth for a little while. He'll be joining. JJ's on the way back. So I'll do something unprecedented. I'm going to call, for those that aren't watching No and JJ, I'm going to call Toni Storm versus Mariah May that's going on right now. As we get an intro of the glamour, Mariah May, AEW World Champion here. So I'm going to call this for the first time alone, as Toni Storm is looking beautiful in blue. Australia's own, getting the pop here. AEW World Championship held by Aubrey over her head right now. Tony calling Mariah evil, despicable lady. Bell rings. Here we go. AEW World Championship on the line. Toni Storm versus Mariah May. Toni Storm in her hometown. I am going to talk about video games. I got that content coming. Cuphead co-play online with Noah Foster. We'll just see what we have to do. These two haven't even touched yet, and the crowd is on fire. There we go. Collar, elbow, tie up. They separate. And now Toni Storm just punching the hell out of her. Oh, I guess Tony's wearing the Australian flag. That's what the blue gear is. Mariah May able to reverse. Toni Storm in the corner. Tony rolls through. Tony Luther's press. Punching the hell out of Mariah May. Aubrey Edwards didn't separate, but Tony got out on her own. In the corner, Tony stomping a mud hole, walking the drive. Mariah it doesn't know what hit her. Tony is on fire right now. Catching a sling blade by Mariah May out of the corner. Takes Toni Storm down hard. Now a running front drop kick. Tony's in the corner now. Mariah May holding her arm that Tony went to. Now it's Mariah May's turn to stomp a mud hole, walk it dry. It's definitely going to be good, Charles. Women's professional wrestling. Women wrestling is on fire after today. And hopefully I get the result that I want so I can jump up and down because, yes. The crowd on their feet trying to will Storm back on her feet. Mariah May picked her up for the death. Ooh. Toni Storm slides behind her with a nice release German suplex. Storm fired up, grabs Mariah May from behind again and thinks she's going for another. Yep, another release German suplex. Suplex City, bitch. I don't know, Charles. I want her to win. It's her hometown. Ooh! Another release German suplex. Damn! I don't think I've ever seen this kind of aggressive side from Toni Storm. Waistlock again. Another release German suplex. That's 4. Brock Lesnar eats her heart out. Another release German suplex. 5 of them. Mariah trying to use the ropes to get another release German suplex. That's 6 by Toni Storm. The crowd is chanting 2 more times instead of 1 more time now. Mariah is lost, dude. She's got cobwebs in there. Toni Storm both meeting Mariah at the apron. She's going to try to German suplex her from the apron to the outside. Mariah using the top rope to reverse that, coming off the top rope with an elbow to Toni's nose. Now both competitors on the outside of the ring now. Mariah running into Toni. Front drop kick into the barricade. Mariah is definitely in pain. She literally got German suplex 5 times. Ah, they're going to do picture-in-picture on TNT. The crowd pulling Toni up. Fuck television, as Noah says, goddamn side-by-side. Well, at least the All-Star game is tomorrow at 8. Australia getting behind Toni now. Well, they've been around the whole time, but Mariah May able to pick up Toni. Drags her head across the apron. Oof! Mariah May tossed Toni Storm into the barricade again. Rips up a sign that the fan says, I love timeless. It said something timeless Toni Storm. Mariah May ripped it in half. Mariah May needs to stop worrying about the usher and go after Toni. She's giving Toni too much time to recover as she launches her back in the ring under the ropes. Mariah making her way slowly back into the ring, holding her neck. I mean, after 5 released German suplexes, I can see now she's just holding Toni Storm in the corner with her boot, draping her across the bottom turnbuckle. Oof! Kick to the rib to Mariah to Toni. Now Mariah slowed the pace down. She's being slow, precise, and methodical right now against Toni Storm. Spinning sidewalk slam. She's still spinning. There's a sidewalk slam. Cover 1, 2. Toni able to get her left shoulder up. Mariah taunting the crowd, saying she don't know. Grabbing her neck again. Now she's clapping along with the Australia, mocking Toni Storm. Mushes her in the face. Picks her up off the canvas. Head first into the turnbuckle. Now she tosses her into the opposite side of the corner of the ring. Comes in with a fine European uppercut. Lays on Toni. Thinks she's going to go back to the corner. Nope, she's going to toss her to the other corner. What a capacity crowd in Australia. Irish whip to the other side. Now another running European uppercut. And I got Ryan in here now. So, Ryan, how you doing? Welcoming you in.
Yo, am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Alright. Just getting audio. We're trying to figure out. I don't use the headset often. Dealing with some stomach issues today, so.
Ooh, yeah, you sound like you don't feel good.
Hold on. Let me play with my audio for a second. I'll be right back.
Alright. As Ryan goes on mute. Now, Tony Storm just put Ryan in STF. Mariah screaming in pain right now. Ugh! Mariah biting Tony's arm.
Alright.
So were you able to catch Vengeance?
I had not. I saw updates through Twitter. I was meaning to watch Vengeance today, but I just haven't had the fucking time.
Did you read any of what happened?
I see that we have a Shield cross with aces and eights.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is or what this 4-man group. I call it Retribution 2.0 online.
The black one among them, I'm not familiar with their name. Kept like after each attack, like his mask kept falling down. This is like, what's the point of the mask?
That's what I said. I think it's that educated kid. I forget his name too, but I called him Jason Jordan from Temu. That's who I think that one was.
I'm finally getting around to the main event for Grand Slam. I saw spoilers earlier today.
I did not watch it. I mean, I did not get spoilers. I was just doing literally a live watch along since I was alone, so I was giving people something to do because there was nobody else here in the Shenanigans.
Yeah. Are we spread thin tonight, evidently?
Yeah, evidently. But once JJ gets in here, but we don't got much to talk about. Are you watching Collision right now?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. It's on the TV.
Okay. All right.
Like I glossed over things because I figured I wasn't going to have the time today. Been dealing with some personal things today, to say the least.
Okay.
And that coupled with the IBS flare-up I've been dealing with is not fun. Mariah May, this ring is smaller. Is this what they were joking about today?
Huh?
This is not an AEW ring.
No. This is like a 16x16, not a regular AEW ring.
Definitely can see the difference in it.
I mean, Oh, Tony Storm with a Death Valley driver out of nowhere. Cover 1, 2. Woo!
All right.
Kick out on Ryan May. I forgot this was the damn main
Luther's
event.
having a time. Luther's having a time out there.
Well, dressed like a full-on movie usher. Hilarious.
It's a great movie.
Man, you said they made it smaller to get money, I think, or get more people in.
That might be.
Nice hip.
Don't know if that is the case or not.
Other hip attack.
Tony has. Tell me how she has a better hip attack than, Jey Uso.
I don't know. Nice power driver in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, kick out by Mariah May. Well, Tony's built for that hip attack, but to be honest, Jimmy does too, but just looks better on Tony. I don't know. Naomi has a good one too. but we won't go there.
I don't know if we're at the same point in the streams overall, but I think Mariah's dead.
I know. Tony's dragging, trying to pick her up.
Yeah.
It looks like she's just lifting straight dead weight right now. It's due to a request, Charles said, from the sports community. Not
Good
Mariah
teardrop suplex.
Yeah, man. Well, earlier, freaking Tony Storm gave five German release suplexes to Mariah May. Nice Death Valley driver.
I didn't realize that Tony Storm was going to be in the upcoming movie Queen of the Ring, and I think that's where. Oh, she's in the movie. And like she's not the star of the movie, but she's in the movie, and I think that's what's inspired the timeless gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Like preparing for the role.
Yeah, probably. Mariah's frustrated that Tony just kicked out, blaming Aubrey as if she has anything to do with the fact that Tony kicked out.
It is a, relatively speaking, packed house in there tonight, despite not being a stadium. And
I've been saying that all night. It is a huge crowd on hand. They sold it out. Smarter move to go to a smaller venue.
Well, that's one thing I agree with the critics on. I don't know why it was booked for a stadium, especially in this side of the continent, when the other stadium in Melbourne would have been the better and smarter selection.
Right, May trying to get almost like a stratisfaction trying to get Tony, and Tony pushed her off.
Let's see.
Kiss of Death by Mariah May into a superplex, but Tony able to slide down. Now a running power bomb from the turnbuckle. TK did what? Ooh, jumping power driver like a short. Mariah May rolled out of the ring. Tony trying to hold on her arm, but she's just straight dead weight at this point.
This is the charger for this headset. Wild.
I wonder what Australia's fire rules would have been like with a packed, bigger arena, though. Because they look packed right here. And you know the Australia wildfires like 5 years ago. I wonder if there's like, if they have the same rules that we do when too many people are in one arena.
Honestly, Australia is okay. You know, it probably has what?
Tony just rolled up behind May. 1, 2, 3. She got it! Tony Storm just did a small package and is the new AEW World Champion.
How you gonna steal Vince's favorite finish like that?
What the hell? That came out of nowhere. I was letting you talk and didn't even like call them. Holy hell!
They're obviously running this back for Revolution.
Yeah. Tony Storm is the new women's champion. That is crazy.
In another run, someone had to have the go to feel moment, right?
I guess so. Holy hell.
In front of the closest thing to a hometown crowd she's ever going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a Kiwi. Is that a slur? I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know. Sorry, JJ. Sorry. But well, being from New Zealand, technically speaking, she's been there. She's lived there almost all her life, though. In fairness, in Australia.
What the hell are they doing? Running back the All-Star stuff?
And there goes my stream. All right, let's see.
It went back into the All-Star game stuff for me. But wow, what do you think of that? Now, get your immediate reaction to Tony Storm winning that title. Wow, I didn't think they'll do that.
I had hopes that other people would have gotten their moments. You know, Sasha, that doesn't work for me. Brother Banks could have dropped the title tonight. And I would have been a little bit more happy.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of this match going to a false finish, but if it was their main event, you cannot end on a false finish, the biggest show of the year for these people, because it's the only show they're going to get all year. You can't end on a false finish for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get it.
TK definitely wanted to send fans home happy. Yeah, Charles, you're absolutely right. Okay, the other stream just ended, so I think James and Noah are coming in. Here's the man with the simple voice, Noah Foster. Hey, there's James, fresh off the call of the Collision Special in Australia. How you guys doing?
I'm pissed off as hell I am. It's
Why?
Freaking Hollywood scam.
I don't know what the hell that finish was, but that Southern roll-up, me and Ryan were just talking and the match was over. I said, what the hell just happened? Wait a minute.
The same fucking way that Hikaru Shida beat Saraya to become a 3-time AEW Women's World Champion led to a 4-time AEW Women's World Champion tonight. Fucking bullshit.
I don't know. Real Wyatt. I don't know what that finish was. Came out of nowhere, but it might have to do with Tony being involved in that movie.
I hate shit like that in wrestling.
The greatest, the most devastating move of all of professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up. Of
course.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Oh.
Still, damn good show. Hell of a sequel to the pilot. I guess we'll see when Act 3 happens. Maybe Revolution, maybe later. I don't know. It's been the most protected storyline in all of women's wrestling. So there you go. There goes Act 2. When's Act 3? But damn it to hell.
Ryan and I were just literally talking about that. They're probably gonna run it back there at Revolution.
There you go.
I'm so pissed. But still, phenomenal show. That was fucking great.
That was a good show.
Woo. Glad you guys are here. First time I had to host because JJ was coming back and I was alone for like almost an hour.
So
literally ran down the card as if I was Aaron doing a review of of Vengeance all alone.
So what happened? So what the hell happened to
Jeff's at Disney. Ryan wasn't feeling good, but he joined me as Avatar Man, so I'm not struggling all alone.
Hey, look,
JJ's on the way home from work. I don't know what's up with Datilla.
Okay, so what is the topics? I guess.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Walter. First off, despite me being pissed, let me just get one more out of the way. Fuck. All right.
Well, the first thing he wants to do, he don't want us to run into topics without him. He's on the way home. So he just wants everybody to start off with their immediate thoughts of Vengeance from earlier and everybody's results of Vengeance. Ryan, unfortunately, didn't get to see Vengeance. He just kind of read what happened. Okay. So I'll start with James since Noah was on the call with me. I kind of already know his thoughts. So we'll go with James first and give his thoughts on it.
I'm glad Stephanie Valkyrie won the championship. Other than that, I have not watched the event either. I'm very much in Ryan's boat. So this is more of a question for Noah since you did the call with him.
Well, damn you, James, you freaking idiot! No,
I was tired. Yeah, god damn it, I needed sleeps.
You know what? It's okay. First off, before we get into things, thank everybody that's been tuning in for both presentations, courtesy today of the Super Lava Studios. It's you all that make this possible, that we love to demonstrate our passion, enthusiasm, and bring forward the conversation in and out of wrestling, whether shenanigans or watching the event. So thank you for those that tune into both shows. As we get into this, I will say this. So, simple summary, Vengeance Day. I thought it was a really fun show. I think Dwayne was right when he called it TV quality, but there were a couple of matches that I felt surprised us. If I was going to call what was the weakest match of the night, I feel like just because, again, it was a little messy with the whole added influence, with fatal influence, it probably was Fallon Henry and Stephanie Valkyrie. That set the pace. It was a great moment, but I think more could have come out of that match if JC Jane and Jasmine Nix weren't involved. And I didn't expect the title change. Overall, though, I'm not dissatisfied with the result. You can't argue that Inamura came out and showed out tonight when it came to that tag title match with Fraxim as they successfully retained against Josh Briggs and Yoshiki. But I was really impressed by Inamura's performance and show of strength. But Josh Briggs, he is definitely a beast in that ring. When you go from there, though, to the smile destroyed, Oliver Page, I don't know if he used that cutter before, what they call like a reverse grin. He was able to knock Javon Evans out of midair, knock the mouthpiece out of his mouth, not only dropped his jaw again, but got the win. So, as I expected even to win. What I didn't expect was how furious Javon was in the early going. He wasn't bouncy. He was damn right pissed off and crazy. So, kudos to Javon showing a more different, aggressive side. The strap match, I mean, again, when you brace a strap against a man's nether regions, jury's out when they're blinded by rage. As Eddie Ford beat the former NXT World Champion. So a massive win for a guy that's been, I would say, an aggravation to the NXT universe, but making a name for himself and creating opportunities. Olafemi, A-Clown Down Under, you didn't have a chance in hell, but kudos to the effort that Austin Theory put in his first chance. Grayson Waller costing him, though, towards the end. I think it was very pinnacle, especially how many times Grayson Waller's spine was rearranged, as Olafemi pinned Grayson Waller in the end with a fall from Grace. But the main event, dude, that's one of my favorite matches so far this year, generally, period speaking, across the board of wrestling. All four of those women came out, put out, and showed out. And that finishing stretch, it could have been anybody's to win. Though I am really curious now with the fact that Roxanne was pinned. Was that her last chance to go after that title? Or will she get a one-on-one rematch? Because technically owed, that is what the Prodigy is owed back. But she was involved in the decision. Either way, I thought Vengeance Day was a really fun show to kick off NXT's 2025 of PLEs. And I look forward to how they stand and deliver once they bypass their roadblock. And it was fun seeing Santina Marella and Ariana Grace together with Ava Raine. Maybe setting up Worlds Collide, maybe discussing business regarding the live TNA Impact show at Full Sail University, planting the seeds for a bunch of stuff we've been asking for. Who's to say? But still a very fun show. So what's your takeaways?
I literally, you saw how I got. I literally got emotional when I saw Stephanie and Julia both hold the titles. I felt like it was the Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero WrestleMania 20 moment. And then freaking Jordan Grace comes out. And I was like, oh, here we freaking go. Like, the fact that she's in NXT, I thought she was one of the ones that, like AJ Styles, could just skip the NXT and go to the main roster. But I actually like that she's going to go to NXT. That women's division is stacked. Like, it's like at one point that it's going to tower over. Like the last, if you play Jenga, the last block is going to knock everything over. That roster is almost overstacked. Like,
wait, so Charlotte's challenging for the NXT title again?
No, I said Jordan Grace.
Oh, never mind.
No, Charlotte.
Yeah, that's fair.
She chose last night. She chose Tiffany, and Tiffany pretty much went face.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I told you that, James.
I know, but I wanted another rematch between Rhea and Charlotte because the match was so damn good last time.
Yeah, 39 was fucking incredible. But continue, Walter.
Then you have freaking, like Charles called the Aces in 8 mixed with the Shield that Ryan called it earlier. I said this Retribution 2.0. I don't know what this group, they showed up after the tag team titles match, attacked both of them. Then they showed up after the Oba and attacked them, Oba Femi. So making a statement, but one of them, the Timu Jordan, his mask kept falling off, so that was the only thing. Already starting behind the able with that.
Timu Jason Jordan, good grief.
Yeah, Jason Jordan, and then you got Timu Tatanka with Eddie Thorpe winning his match. I don't know if you old enough to know.
That's horrific. God damn.
You know who Tatanka is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Eddie Thorpe is just a Timu Tatanka, man.
Yep, whipping.
And Stephanie didn't start off with an undefeated streak.
Well,
Saka
there you
went
go.
undefeated for almost a year.
Yeah,
95.
that's fair. He's not wrong.
But yeah, the women's division is just so much better than the men's. Like, it's the only company where the women are outperforming the men on a consistent basis. Like,
Hey, listen, that might not be the case for much longer if they get some of the names I'm hearing they're getting. So,
well, one name we know they're getting, but we don't know what the hell he's gonna go by is Ricky freaking Starks. He made a video, and then he was going to come this Tuesday to sign officially his NXT contract, but he kept saying me. He talked in the first person. He said me, my, and all that. He never mentioned his name, and neither did anyone.
I know what his name. I know what his name is gonna be. The Rick. Sorry.
Walter, before you
start.
James,
Ryan just unmuted. Hold on, Ryan just unmuted. Go ahead.
I think James is going to say the line. Go ahead, Ryan. Speak.
Ryan.
Nope.
He just remuted.
I think he had no words, so I'll just go ahead and say the phrase real
he's
quick.
not feeling well.
Oh, that's fair. Well, first off, Ryan, get well soon. Also, forever exalted, late great Luke Harper. Also, James. Damn it, James! You freaking idiot!
I know. And yes, it was supposed to be a dad joke. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
that's funny.
Well, the comedy is subjective, and so is
his
imitation.
name is literally Richard Starks. Like, you can't change Ricky Starks. Like, it's his name. Damn it.
Well, it's absolute, and again, Ryan, get well soon. All right. Well, but yeah, again, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what NXT does on the road to WrestleMania and how it will stand and deliver. We'll see who defends the titles against who. We'll see if TNA crosses the line. We get TNA versus NXT maybe for some gold too. You talked about the Hardys versus Fraxium earlier. I don't give a damn about Team Move Retribution Shield 2.0. And we'll see what happens when the Rata of a Party and the Liaison work with Ava Rain to, I hope, lead to a Worlds Collide, if not plant the seeds on, Thursday night, when TNA, I believe, is live from Full Sail University. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But that women's division, the NXT can literally redo the Evolution pay-per-view, and it could be a 3-hour pay-per-view, and it would be on freaking fire.
If only Triple H was, able enough to do that. Why they haven't for no reason yet, I don't know. And, of course, you also have Carmen Petrovic, Kalani Jordan, and Jada Parker in Triple Threat Network Contendership action this coming Tuesday to see who challenges State of Akira now for that NXT Women's North American Championship. And Saruka and Zara will take on Last Legend and Jakara Jackson, women's tag team action. Maybe one of those teams could jockey for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, make them matter again. But only time will tell. A lot of things happening in NXT, especially when it comes to the women's division. The most superior women's division right now outside TNA and the potential of AEW.
I mean, I feel like they should do its own, do the Queen of the Ring as a pay-per-view with all women from NXT and all in one night, the one-night tournament. Like, if you can't pull that out, you have more than enough women to do that.
But the thing is, they've been doing that lately now with Saudi Arabia. And since Saudi Arabia is getting the Royal Rumble next year, it wouldn't surprise me if they stick to that. Plus, they got Crown Jewels. So Saudi Arabia has their own hat trick at this point. So you got to call it something different. But I do agree they should do something like that. Maybe they could do what Stardom does with the Cinderella tournament, where it's like, whoever wins that gets a challenge for every title they want. Shout out to Hanan, by the way, who won that last year. And by the way, Walter, that's coming up here pretty soon in Stardom. So you might want to check your Stardom World or Stardom YouTube channel to see how things are going there. But yeah, Vengeance Day, I thought was a very fun show. I know Aaron Riff grades. I don't grade. I don't rank. I don't compare. I just enjoy wrestling, but fudge it. Why the heck not? Aaron Riff grade. Since James can't grade because he didn't watch. Overall, I'll give it... Because honestly, the main event was my favorite match tonight. Tag Tiles was freaking awesome. Javon, impressive. The other matches were kind of B+. I give it a B+. What would you give it?
That's the same thing I gave it, a B+, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Great minds think alike. All right. Well, that being said, Luke Harper is back here. So I don't know if
Ryan
stay around or if you have something to say.
Yeah. Ryan, do you want to speak?
Speak now.
No.
You're
speaking.
muted. If you're trying to speak, you're muted.
He could probably put some in the private chat. Just want to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, honestly. Like, brother, if you're fucking sick, you can go out now. We're here.
Yeah, we got this. We want to have an hour-long conversation on video games. And again, folks, we'll be loading up with content regarding that pretty soon. I promise you, because we are super reliable for a reason. And we've delivered basically what we want.
There he goes.
Oh.
All right. I'm here finally. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, you're fine. Hello.
Charger issue with his headphone too, I think.
I hate these things so much.
Did you watch the NXT show and the AEW show?
I have not seen either show in their entirety. I've seen clips from both at this point.
Okay, well, we're about to talk about we are about to talk about Grand Slam next, so you probably want to be on mute and stay away so you don't get spoiled.
I've been heavily spoiled today because of that.
Oh, okay.
It was on like a 20-hour tape delay. You know how hard it is to avoid that?
Yeah, they're in Australia. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Well, let's go into Grand Slam real quick so we can stall for more time for JJ.
So why don't you go ahead and give your rundown, James, and your favorite match you got to call this year, it seems, not involving an actual person.
Yeah, so
the motorcycle he wants to shine up?
Well, there is Harley, yes. Harley brought back the puppet, and I got to call him Muppet in action. It was fun. It was great. It was like it was like when Kermit the Frog called Cell getting beat up by Kane with a chair on Devil Artemis, but it was reversed.
Puppies and puppets.
Yes, puppies and puppets. Yes. It was fun. So yeah, I got
You literally broke Noah at one point. He almost fell out of the chair.
Yeah. Fucking I called Mercedes a Muppet. That was fun. And I got to talk about the I also got to see Harley Cameron motorboat somebody. So that's I never mad about that. I'll tell you that. Even if it is Mercedes. And by the way, BOO. I was mad she beat my Harley.
I say it all the time. BOO. She's Grand Theft Auto stripper.
That don't work for me, brother.
Oh my
Mercedes
God.
Puppet out.
Well, let me tell you something, sister.
There's literally more charisma in a puppet with someone's hand up their ass than the actual person, Mercedes. So,
my major complaint is that Tony Khan can't strike while the iron's hot.
Right.
If it's only for 2 weeks, if it's only for 2 days, give the underdog the rub that they need. All right? You cannot build new stars by constantly just beating the ones that are getting the reactions.
Yep.
It's the same thing that happened with the Acclaimed 2 years ago. However long. And yeah, they were popular when they won the belts, so they would have been a lot bigger at that pay-per-view.
Yep.
Yeah.
Timing
And yes.
key.
Yeah, and yes, Charles, I do watch Devil Artemis because he's fucking hilarious.
Continue, James. Jesus.
And then I got to see the best opener ever, and I think the main event definitely lived up to it, but I still think I'd edge out the opener over everything else because it was Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega versus the Don Callis family. And I saw the craziest goddamn finish of my entire goddamn life.
He was speechless, folks. That's saying something for James.
Brother, I saw what we are now dubbing here on the Simply Reliable Studios as the Apocalypse Devastator, which is like a doomsday device, but with a hidden blade into the one-winged angel. Yes, it was a doomsday device, reverse style, and it's exactly how you think it is if you haven't seen it. It was the fucking craziest goddamn tag finisher I've ever seen in my life.
that shit was awesome.
Yeah, like
Bloody hell.
It was like if they fucking kicked out of 2 of that, I would have been that would have been one of those things where I would have been pissed. That's like that. That should end the fucking match. You took an elbow to the back of the fucking head and then a fucking driver on the back of your neck. Yeah, that should finish you off.
Yeah, even if you're Konosuke Takeshita, who was the guy that ate the fall.
Yeah. I was surprised by that. Freaking Omega's getting a title shot. That's probably happening at Revolution. They're going to be running back Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay. They set up both of those matches very well. In a steel cage.
Oh, Lord.
Boy. I'm scared.
Ospreay's going to dive off the top of that steel cage. Mark my words.
And you know, we know that AEW is so great when it comes to legs and steel cages. Right, Cody? Right, Adam?
Let's not go there. But he's also not wrong.
Oh yeah, and there was also a couple guys in the War Games cage too. Santana, how you do? He broke his leg too in a fucking cage. There's a bad luck with AEW and legs and cages, man. I'm just saying. Don't break a leg this time. Legitimately,
Maybe
don't do it.
Stop doing those crazy stunts.
Well, you know it's Ospreay. He's gonna do a fucking sky twister off the top of the fucking cage. You know he is.
Yeah, I fear James is right on this one, Walter. We are talking about Will Ospreay. He is insane.
He doesn't give a shit. He will do a spiral tap if he fucking thinks he can do it. All right.
Just go with a 720 and just land appropriately. How about that? Anyway, continue.
The worst match of the night, by nobody's surprise, the Death Riders. In my opinion. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Wasn't a match, it was a brawl.
Okay. Worst fight of the night. Whatever you want to fight. I fucking hated it.
I'm just saying.
I rather would watch paint dry than watch a fucking Death Riders match at this point. So that was my I don't give a shit match of the night. And then, yeah, everything else was fine. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Oh, yeah, Buddy Matthews had a good showing, but Okada also beat him.
Beach.
Because, of course, they really want him to get that 365-day reign with the title because he's Okada.
March 20th.
There you go. He'll get to that relatively soon here.
And then, of course, the main event, the sequel to the pilot.
Yes, and Tony Storm won.
Travesty!
With a roll-up. Yay!
Curses!
Overall, I give it an A-. I give it an A. I give it an A+, but the Death Riders ruin everything, so I got to give it A-.
All right, then. Now, Walter, if I heard you right, were you actually doing a commentary on your own for the main event? Were you actually watching the whole show?
Yeah.
Yep.
Not the whole show, just the main event. Yep.
Fair enough. Again, it's African Women's Wrestling. All women display, by the way. Women announcer, women referee. I fucking love that. So that was so damn good. I love that presentation. Again, both shows are incredible. Main event, all with the women. So I love that. Again, subscribe, folks. But yeah, to Jay's point, I love calling these crazy shows with him. I mean, that opening tag bout was insane. James called it the workhorse match. He wasn't right. Top that shit. That was the match of the night. Why, I'm sure many people thought the main event was the story of the night, but a different conversation. But yeah, and again, that finishing sequence, did not expect that type of finisher in a million years. I thought it was just going to be One Wing Angel, Kyle Fletcher. That was it. Boy, was I way off. And then, of course, the I don't even know what to say about the next match when I tried calling it, and then a puppet came into play, and it just went straight to hell from there, and I don't know how I survived that.
Heidi ho, Mercedes Monet here.
You almost broke up my comment alone that I said, hey, the Attitude Era had puppies. We have puppets.
I'm surrounded by fools.
Well, listen, we had both.
Hey, the Attitude Era had a puppet too. Mr. Sacco counts.
That is true. There was puppets and puppies there.
And it was a hand born eventually.
And listen, Harley Cam was able to give us both puppies and puppets. So yay.
Again, Harley Cameron, from a wrestling fan standpoint, again, for only her 63rd match of her young wrestling career, very strong show against Mercedes Moné. There was a couple moments I thought that she was actually going to do it. Puppet assisted at one point that drove James up a wall and thought that was it. All I just kept hearing was, yeah. And then eventually, off the Swanton, she hooked her for the Moné Maker. Game over. But what was interesting was also Momo Watanabe from Stardom, who won that International Women's Cup and can challenge for any title she wants, was at ringside. Makes me wonder if Momo Watanabe might actually go after Mercedes Moné's a very strong women's championship that she fought against her for at Capital Collision last year. Walter, we might even call that at either freaking Windy City Riot or Resurgence. So stay tuned, folks. But yeah, tremendous effort by Harley Cameron. Again, she has so much promise. I really can't wait to see what's next. I hope that she becomes a champion before the end of the year.
Hey, you want to hear a joke? Hey, Momo, you want some water? Nah, babe.
Man, you're on a roll tonight, and it's a horrible roll. I don't know how to follow about that. And then, like you said, the brawl. Moxley bleed from the back. Barbed wire chair. Shafir got involved. Shafir knows how to swing a kendo stick. Jay White knows how to destroy a kendo stick. Death Riders won. Moving on. From there, we got the challenges made by Ospreay and Omega. And then, of course, we talked about they're doing an international series, I think, with Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong going one-on-one. And then the winner of that faces, I think, Kenny Omega. And I think the winner of that faces Kenosi to catch up for the title at Revolution. So we'll see how that goes. Then, again, Buddy Matthews, Demon pulled out move from Rhea Ripley with the Prism Lock. Very strong effort, survived the Rainmaker. But, again, work like Ric Flair, literally. Mule kick behind the ref's back, and a second Rainmaker.
Wait. Because it's Buddy Matthews and because Rhea's been with other guys, it was actually the cuckold. Sorry. There's another joke. I really am on a roll tonight, goddamn.
And here I thought the most Australian thing I was insensitive that I was going to hear tonight was wanker. Anyway, which we heard twice for Don Callis and Mariah May. How dare they? Anyway, Buddy Matthews didn't win, though. Kazuchika Okada did. And then the glamour. Mariah May versus Thomas Tony Storm, the sequel to the pilot. Very game, aggressive bout. Those hell-bent Vixens can't stand either each other. I thought it was a really good match. And then the roll-up, the travesty that occurred at the end, pissed me off. But overall, yeah, I really enjoyed Grand Slam. Again, this Grand Slam felt outside Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson, which I believe was last year's Grand Slam. This Grand Slam felt bigger than that one. And a first-time showing in Australia, that audience, they were fully into that show. Capacity building. By the way, what an incredible acapella by the audience from Metalingus, by the way.
Dude, that was nuts. Yeah, that was dude, Edge was going crazy. He was like, holy shit, yeah.
I mean, hey, man, when you're that passionate about wrestling.
Hyped up there.
Right?
Yeah, he did.
I'm about to say he felt it. And again, I thought it was a tremendous show too. Great capacity, crowd on hand, great atmosphere, good action. Death Riders are meh. And the puppet thing is something I hope that we don't see again. But either way, after James went on a commentary downward spiral, yeah, I think I'd give it an A- as well. The brawl thing kind of took me out. And personal bias aside, for the glamorous first run, again, so much promise for Mariah May, under 30. I'm curious to see when the hat trick, the final act occurs. I hope it's not as soon as Revolution, because you can't argue that Mariah May and Toni Storm has been the best built story across AEW since the two came together in this company. And it seems it's continuing. Tyler Storm now a record 4-time AEW Women's World Champion. So yeah, A-. It was great stuff. But that being said, Walter, looks like you're finally off the hook.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's Avatar Man, so I'm not sure if he's ready to.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait until
just yet.
We'll wait until he comes in. We can run an ad because I think we covered.
I ran enough ads. I ran the intro twice.
Okay, stop being redundant. We're going to be more redundant than the Peacock at this point. All right, I already hate that. So
Peacock. Hi, JJ.
Hi, JJ.
What's going on, guys?
I barely have no voice.
Well, yeah, sir, over here doing 2 commentary calls today.
In 2 different suits. Oh, man, been a fucking A day, though. Fucking A, fucking awesome. Fucking fun stuff. Anyway, JJ, how you been, man? Good to hear you.
Oh, it's good to be heard. I'll be seen once I get home, but right now I'm in the break room area at work waiting for a ride.
No, don't worry, man. Hey, we've gone into overtime. We've gone after dark. We've gone all night long, Lionel Richie style. So this feels no different. But the fact that my weather right now fucking sucks, I have no reason to get up early tomorrow.
My weather sucks too. Like, my weather sucks too. What is that? Australian koala. I love it.
With eucalyptus.
Yeah,
Australia,
I literally was alone for so long. I literally had to call the Mariah May Tony Storm match just to use up time. I said, "Well, I'll call it." You had a simulcast without having a simulcast.
Blame fucking NBA for that one. That was not our fault.
Yeah, about to say NBA doesn't know how to end on friggin' time.
No, ever. Hey, you want to have a dunk contest? Let's air a dunk contest.
Man, do that on your own exclusive streaming stores and quit wasting my fucking time.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, what have we talked about so far, gentlemen?
Just Vengeance Day and
Collision.
Yep, just recaps of the shows today. That's all we've talked about, period.
Yeah, we have not talked about the thingamajiggy.
Fair enough. Well, I know we're supposed to be getting one more coming in as soon as he's clocked out and changed out of his costume. Not uniform, but costume, if you smell what I'm cooking. So since we've discussed Vengeance Day and since we've discussed Grand Slam, I want to piggyback off of something off of Grand Slam real quick, even though I wasn't able to see it.
Go for it.
And James, me and you, and I think Ryan talked about this a little bit in one of the spaces earlier, but how in the fuck is it that a puppet is more over than the human being that the puppet represents?
Oh, no.
Yep.
Can we discuss this, please? I mean, I've heard that a timeless era has once again begun, and the glamour is no longer glamorous, Noah.
A travesty! It was a travesty! It was a friggin' cheap conspiracy fluke damn roll-up! It's not the VAR!
Well, to be fair...
Well, dude, somebody from the home country had to win. Did Kyle Fletcher win?
No.
Did Buddy Matthews win?
No.
Did Harley Cameron win?
Sadly, no.
Did Tony Storm win?
Yes.
Yep.
Did Jay White win?
No.
So at least one person won, Noah. What is this, Vince McMahon booking where all the people from the home country have to job out?
I mean, you know.
Oh, no, excuse me. It's Vince McMahon Light, a.k.a. Tony Khan.
Kyle Fletcher did get booed by his hometown crowd, though. I was actually very surprised by that. But.
When you're associated with Don Callis, you are literally...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's Don Callis heat. It's not heat on Fletcher.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, I made a joke in the comment during that match, though, that the Attitude Era had puppies, and we have puppets, and the puppet is more over than Mercedes. Like
I've heard the word puppet way too much today. My brain hurt.
I literally said that a puppet with someone's hand up their ass has more charisma than Mercedes.
Yep. And I know.
And I'm sure it's not the first time Mercedes has had something up her ass, but that's a whole other story.
Oh, Lordy. Ryan, get us out of the hole, please.
Okay.
Damn!
So we like to talk about the Chris Jericho vortex.
Yes.
But the Mercedes vortex, has anyone came out looking good?
Nope.
No.
Mercedes, barely. Thanks to a puppet.
At least with the Chris Jericho vortex, the people in real time are doing okay.
I mean, Azuki and Chris Statlander, they're doing all right.
Yeah. By the way, JJ, you missed my joke earlier, but I know what Ricky Stark's new name's going to be.
Oh, no.
Say that again?
I know what Ricky Stark's new name's going to be. You want to hear it?
No.
You sure? Here's his new name. The Rick.
Finally, The Rick has debuted in NXT.
Why?
Do you smell what the Rick is cooking? Doom, do
Do you smell what the Rick is cooking?
So bad that Jeff Trouble is going to make
The
a
Rick
generic
says. The Rick says.
The Rick speaks.
Surprised he didn't speak in third person
The Rick
today.
says the absolute era has begun.
The Rick. Do you smell what the
Now,
Rick is cooking?
let's not go
It smells
too
like
deep
paper
down.
and ass.
James, let's not go too deep down the Ricky Starks stuff because I was specifically asked that we save it for the cast member that is supposed to join us.
Yeah. I was.
That's why I went to the puppet Mercedes. That's more over than real Mercedes.
It doesn't matter. Oh my gosh!
Me, I'd rather see a puppet dancing than the actual person. And let's face it, I'm the fan of the women, but I'd rather watch that puppet dance.
The fact that chauffeur Boz, who literally rides the people to AEW when they first arrive, was like, well, this is a one-of-a-kind moment. And he does it before and after. Before, empty. After, Monet puppet.
Dude, JJ, I literally broke these two. Like, they were commenting. I mean, they were talking, and I was putting in the comments because Mercedes goes crazy and starts beating up the puppet. I said, somebody put that puppet in the hospital. It needs a stuffing transfusion.
It was fucking funny.
Well, look, this is one version of Mercedes that will never tear an ACL or a quad.
Quad.
You are on something tonight, bro.
Right?
Well, am I lying?
No.
I mean, no, you're not. I mean, hey, her ladies have not had as much surgery as Rey Mysterio. I'm just saying. Anyway, oh my gosh, we have gone off the rails, Daniel.
The puppets hit.
When don't we go off the rails, Noah?
That's a good point.
That is true.
Even when you are here to be our conscience, Jiminy Cricket style, we still go off the rails and end up in the belly of Monstro the Whale.
There's a reason why, moreover, I'm on a totally different track or time period. I try and keep away from the madness, not get sucked into the madness, but it is what it is. I endure, I survive. I somehow have stable blood pressure despite my life. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the puppet was definitely an interesting dynamic that I did not think was going to get involved in the match.
Okay, now I have to watch it back. The puppet got involved in the match?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I have to see that shit.
Oh no! Oh no!
It was funny.
It was James. Literally, I almost didn't recover in time to call the wrestling.
Did it get involved like Al Snow's head?
Yes. Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay.
It did a crossbody off the top rope.
Because side tangent, that Al Snow match from King of the Ring 98 where him and Head teamed up to take on Too Cool or Too Much is one of my favorite matches of all time. Just because of the sheer stupidity. Brian Christopher putting a bottle of Head and Shoulders into the bottom of Head so that he could pin Head because the shoulders were on the mat.
So the shoulders is what matters. Harley Cameron might have a screw loose, but she is more than capable without that puppet. I'm just saying.
She makes me screw loose. I'll tell you what. What?
James!
I didn't say nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why am
You said it, James. Even as bad as my hearing is with this headset right now, I heard that.
I don't know.
I can barely hear Walter when he speaks, but I heard that loud and clear.
Why am I the only mature person in this freaking super reliable studios community?
No, I'm mature most of the time.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Anyway,
I'm not going to lie and say that I don't have my flaws, but I'm mature most of the time, damn it.
You're the host for a reason. I'm just saying.
I'm fine as long as Miss Parker or Miss Vice ain't on the TV.
Yeah. You got to do it Parker on Tuesday night to see if she will challenge the new NXT Women's North American Champion. Again, though, JJ, your brand, though, definitely delivered when it came to that main event. It was freaking phenomenal.
Yes.
Who won?
You, JJ. You
Julia. She pinned Roxanne Perez.
Wrong now,
I told you.
Yeah, what happened, Ryan?
I just saw this clip of Buddy Matthews getting in the ring and effectively snapping his ankle.
Oh, wait, did he actually like break
Hold
his
on.
ankle?
I'll retweet it.
And about that way you go inside the ring. Of course,
I was
also
about
being in
to
Australia,
say.
another thing we didn't mention, because we were down under and they used the Australian sports code, the ring was not the standard 20 by 20. It was 16 by 16.
Interesting.
Yes.
And they used
Well,
Australia
and
as
AEW wasn't the only one to have some down under talent on the card, right? No, I mean, you had to deal with A-Town down under.
Yeah, I did. And the ruler put them both in their place.
Yeah.
I did catch Obafemi tonight.
AEW's whole night looked like it was presented by Nickelodeon and their slime. Like, I don't know what that weird booger green was.
Jungle, dude!
Aesthetics.
Jungle! Good grief. Australia's a jungle despite the fact that most of it's a desert with plateaus. And I'm not sure how much Brisbane's actually more jungle-based than city-based, though. But anyway, that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
I don't think my friend Alicia's from Brisbane either, but I don't know. I hope Alicia enjoyed the show.
Well,
Anyway.
from what I understand online, and granted, I've been working, so I didn't get to do a whole lot. But I heard that Tony Khan got booed worse than freaking Kyle Fletcher did.
Good.
Damn.
He came out after the show to address the crowd and apparently got booed out of the building.
Yeah, they put that on NoDQ.com. Yep, he was booed hard.
Ooh.
Yep. Not surprised.
Yeah, some people don't forget a person's dumb actions, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Stay
if
off Twitter.
Well, that would help.
I think they were pissed that he changed it from a stadium to this show, and that's why he got.
Yeah, because look, you see the building was jam-packed tonight.
Yep.
They could have did a friggin' bigger arena or stadium. I was allowed to say, I think he cheated Australia.
Yeah, he did.
But
Well,
again,
the question is how many people fit inside that arena that they were in? Because if you put that into a 60,000 seat arena, or a 60,000 seat stadium, it ain't gonna look good.
Yeah, I don't know.
True.
But putting what you had in that arena, at least it made it look good. You had pissed off fans, but at least you made it look good.
Yeah. I think they should have at the very least made it a pay-per-view, but they didn't, so who knows.
Well, Grand Slam's never been a pay-per-view, to be fair, as well, as AEW has their pay-per-view cycle, and hopefully they don't go to 12. They stick to what they did last year, 8 or 9. I lost count. But
9.
Yeah, 9. So let's just stay with that and do the specials as TV if it means it saves us money and it's less stress for the madman that everyone already talks about. All right.
Ryan, you wanted to speak? Oh.
Sorry. No, I'm good.
All right, go ahead, JJ. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, we all know Grand Slam traditionally is not a pay-per-view, but it was definitely addressed that it was going to be one. Why else would they book it in a stadium like that? And I know it's been done at Arthur Ashe in New York, but it's a little bit different doing it in a stadium stateside and going internationally and trying to do it.
Yeah. They call it a stadium. It's not a stadium. It's a fucking arena. Like, come on.
People confuse arena and stadium a lot, James.
Yeah, but it's a stadium in name only. It's an arena. It's 20,000 people. It's not a stadium.
Yeah, I consider arena.
The original place was only 20,000. I thought it was 50,000.
No, that was a legitimate stadium. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They announced it for a stadium. So you wouldn't do it in a stadium internationally unless you wanted to do it as a pay-per-view.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, they wouldn't go to Wembley and do a Wembley show just to have it be fucking Beach Break live on Dynamite.
They damn sure teased it like it was a pay-per-view, and then last minute changed it.
Well,
they should have been more transparent.
Well, we can talk about all the flaws of AEW and Grand Slam and their booking decisions. But let's go into something that is flawless. As we got a new Hall of Famer announced this week, as Michelle McCool was surprised on ESPN, Undertaker by her side, and told that she's going into the 2025 Hall of Fame.
I say Victoria should have gone in first, but continue.
Yep.
What was that, Noah?
I said Victoria should go in first, but continue.
Don't get me started on the people that should go in first, because I'm trying to be positive when it comes to Michelle.
Oh yeah.
You know, the guy from 2010 that ran her down while sitting alongside my old co-host is not the same guy anymore.
Respect.
Holy shit. Yeah.
She most definitely deserves the induction. Does she deserve it before Victoria, before Gail Kim, before China, before Melina, before some of the others? No, she does not.
Hell, before
But
Cyndi Lauper.
she definitely was an anchor of that kind of in-between division where we were transitioning from the Litas and Trishas and Victorias, and we were transitioning into the Charlottes, the Baileys, the Sashas, the Beckys. Michelle was kind of that anchor of the in-between era, so respect and deserved. It almost makes me wonder if this class is going to be a lot more modern talent as opposed to classic talent. You know, we heard Demolition finally signed a Legends deal. I know a lot of people were thinking they were going to go in the Hall of Fame this year, but with Triple H, Michelle, I'm wondering if they're going to go more for that late Ruthless Aggression PG era type of teams and people. You know, maybe we'll get the Hardy Boys. Maybe we'll get, you know, someone else along those lines.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess I'll go for it. I'm happy for her. It is well deserved. I just feel like you said, some other people were a little deserving first. And how much of this is just because Undertaker is happy and it's this new show LFG that our coach is on. So a little bit of marketing is involved in this as well, but it's definitely well deserved. Like, I would have fun with it. I would literally make her ring be able to break in half, and Lola has the other half of the ring, and they put it together like as a joke when she inducts her. But like, who else can induct her aside from her husband? It's got to be Lola, right? You got to have Layla. Why did I say Lola?
I don't know.
Induct her, and but it would be fun if they can do something like that, like make a fake replica ring and cut it in half. That's not the ring she's actually gonna wear, but like as a joke, they could do that. I would get a kick out of something like that.
Yeah, true. I would enjoy it.
Okay, let's just keep going around the horn. So, James, what you guys say regarding Michelle McCool's induction? Do you have any like Michelle McCool moments from her career? Because obviously, again, that's part of the reason why she's going in.
The Divas match was pretty cool with the tables. That's all I got. That's really all I got. For me, I'm all right, look. I love Michelle McCool as a wrestler. She's a great worker. She was one of the few good workers in that time period. But over Victoria and all these other people, I think it's a bit soon. But considering WWE has a lot of beef with all the other women that we mentioned in the chat, I'm not surprised that she picked over that.
I mean, Mickie James hasn't even gone in yet, right?
Yep.
Yes or no?
Nope.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Like, she deserves it over Michelle also.
Yep.
Hell, she's responsible for making a lot of Michelle. Like, the whole
right.
Is kind of what got her over.
Yeah, that Piggy James saga though was so degrading to just women's wrestling in general.
See, what I find most funny about this is that Chris Van Vliet dropped an interview with Michelle the day before she got surprised. And in the interview, she's talking about, you know, how she hopes that someday she can go in the Hall of Fame. She doesn't think it's time yet, all this stuff. Chris is talking about how he saw Taker in the gym just kind of walking around pacing. It's like, why didn't they just do it then? Like, you had Chris Van Vliet interviewing her, Undertaker at home. Like, he could have bombed the interview to announce it right there in the middle of a Chris Van Vliet interview.
Yep. Guarantee you that probably would have got more views than whatever they did with the ESPN spotlight when I saw that thumbnail. But yeah, and look, she had a run, she had a moment. The probably most notorious part of her run was probably the flawless thing with her and Layla. To James' point, that tables match with Beth Phoenix and Natalya, that was fun too, especially when they got driven through that witch painted table, pink table. But still, but this versus that, potatoes versus tomatoes versus bananas and apples and oranges. It's always going to be subjective, but I do think now we're getting really a sense of how subjective it is this year, considering Undertaker, Mark Cowan, and Shawn Michaels. They kind of are part of the whole deciding committee, it seems, for the Hall of Fame. Now, I don't think Triple H is nepotism. I don't want to think that Michelle McCool is nepotism. I almost think this was a gift by her husband, who also right now is in the Hall of Fame. But it just seems to me like, really? But either way, congrats to her. She did something. And I think she does deserve it. Do I think she deserves it right now? No. Especially when she literally competed in the Royal Rumble last year, or 2 years ago, excuse me. Either way, it's just one of those things where I'm kind of indifferent anymore to the Hall of Fame because besides last year, that was one of the better classes done in a long damn time. Most of the Hall of Fame classes underwhelmed me outside one, maybe two people. And this one so far is kind of doing that, despite Triple H's career. But that's just my takeaways.
Yeah, I agree.
So really quickly, I want to go around the horn. Who else do you guys think is going to get inducted this year based off of what we've seen so far? I know it's kind of hard to predict that type of thing, but based off of the fact that we've got Triple H and Michelle and thinking the eras they represent, Walter, give me one name. Who do you think is going to go in?
Well, usually they do, I don't know. They usually do a celebrity in there and then someone who's passed away. I still think it's a little too early for Bray Wyatt. You know what? Since the Legends deal was just signed, I know you just said that they're probably going to go with a little bit of the Ruthless Aggression era, but the fact that they just signed the deal and everything, I really do think that Demolition is going in there because they usually do a celebrity, a female, a headliner, posthumous person. So I think the tag team's next. I think they are gonna announce Demolition.
Yeah, that's a good point.
James, who do you think is going in?
Demolition, just because I kind of agree with Walter's sentiment. I think it's going to be Demolition. I honestly could see, because they're in Vegas, I could see a Godfather induction. Although I don't know if he's been inducted already.
Noah?
I'm pretty sure he has, but I'm still holding out. You're in Las Vegas. You're in the entertainment capital of the world. You're talking about attitude. You're talking about Genesis, aggression, all that stuff. Cyndi Lauper. I'm still holding out for Cyndi Lauper. It's still a damn fucking crime that she's not in the Hall of Fame. And someone tells me that she is justified to go in, especially if it's in Las Vegas, considering it's the entertainment capital of the world. So I'm holding out for Cyndi Lauper for a celebrity. You kind of named the tag team already for me because, again, is it a red herring or is it that obvious? Legends contract, it kind of writes itself for Demolition. But I'm really holding out.
Well, Victoria just signed a Legends contract as well, and she didn't get named for the female. So,
yeah, I suppose that's true. But also, again, she's not earned her life. So, I mean, there's that too. So, yeah, I'll just say Cyndi Lauper. But like I said, Hall of Fame, underwhelming.
Okay. Ryan?
The Hardy Boys.
Okay.
The Hardy Boys. That's
The
who I'd want.
The Hardys were definitely one of my guesses, but since Ryan went with it, Noah, you talk about Vegas being the entertainment capital of the world. You talk about Cyndi Lauper, you talk about performers. Keeping with the Triple H, Michelle McCool era, there's another entertainer who also could fall in the posthumous realm of things that I think could also be heavily considered with this being the Triple H era. Vegas is known for gambling. This guy's son a song called the Ace of Spades.
Oh,
Motorhead.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow. I didn't even think about that. My gosh.
Yeah, Lemmy Kilmaster for sure. Yep.
I say throw Motorhead in there, dude. I mean, Triple H, you want to talk about feeding his ego. The guys that sang The Game, The King of Kings, and Line in the Sand going in the same year that Hunter does.
Evolution.
The only downside is with Hunter going in, Hunter can't induct Lemmy and Motorhead.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, why can't?
I was about to say.
Because he's going in. Traditionally, inductees don't induct someone else in the same class.
Why not? Break the rule.
I just said traditionally, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Traditionally.
Made to be broken eventually.
Exactly, quote unquote. Look what Sasori Jr. did with the New Japan way of things with the G1 Climax win. And by the way, Ash is officially my enemy. She supports House of Torture, and House of Torture calls themselves Bullet Club. Fuck Bullet Club. Ash, so this is over.
Damn.
Oh, Ash, why?
You can have the rest of the band induct them.
No, the rest of the band would be accepting the honor.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm about to say that makes sense. But still, I appreciate Ash as a friend and a fan. But Ash, Gabe Kidd, I'm with the War Dog. So you and I are going to end this war one way or another when someone leaves Japan. But see you soon on Saturday Shenanigans once again under different circumstances.
So you collect bodies?
I mean, I'm a masochist. I like violence. So it all really depends on what body. If it's Evil's body, then yes.
She loves evil. She loves darkness.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. Give me 1 second.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah, you can like Evil and Darkness all you want. I don't like people that cosplay as wrestlers that are a joke and a mockery to this business. That's what House of Torture is. You want to get me on a tirade about House of Torture? I'll say stuff that will get this thing demonetized. Don't push me.
Yeah. No rants for free.
Fair enough. I've already used my voice for 10 incredible matches tonight, so maybe that's for the best. Plus, she's not here to argue against, so it's not like that me and her can go into a debate. Oh, that's a whole different conversation. Are you kidding me? Yano is the bane of my existence. You could ask anybody here that knows me as a New Japan fan. I've hated him ever since he cost John Moss in the G1 Climax.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Yano. I like Yano, but I also hate Yano.
Going back to the Hall of Fame topic.
Yeah.
Umaga.
Oh yeah. I mean,
especially with
like
Jacob Fatu and everybody being so big right now.
Like we have to glaze up The Rock this year, and that's how you do it.
The Rock or the Rick? Sorry.
James, first once, can you be serious, please? I get what you're saying, Ryan, because it was The Rock that inducted his grandma last year. So I guess that's one way to get, the Rock to show up at the Hall of Fame if he's not too busy filming Moana. But it's just one of those things, though, that I think Umaga makes sense to be inducted by Jacob Fatu, if I'm being genuine. So I love that, though. Again, Umaga, taken so soon, was a force to be dealt with in WWE. I still go back and watch John Cena versus Umaga, Last Man Standing from Royal Rumble 2007. So,
Umaga's another posthumous. What about Psycho Sid?
I have the brain that you do.
I know.
I'm just waiting
I
for
think
the
that
day. I
promo
think Triple
says
H
for
will
itself.
Yeah,
right.
I think Triple H will make it happen. I'm waiting for like a physical Hall of Fame. Like if do it in Connecticut, do something like make it an actual thing. And I think Triple H will do it more than Vince would ever have thought of it.
I think that you got too much money invested in that, where it's become a public showcase.
They like taking that all that stuff on the road with them anyways for fan access.
Exactly.
WrestleMania, SummerSlam, having like I understand the sentiment of a physical Hall of Fame.
Right.
What is the Hall of Fame right now? It's imaginary. You can't go to it. You can't pay your respect to it. You cannot visit it. It's in our hearts, basically. You know, realistically speaking, I wouldn't expect a physical Hall of Fame until, we see a merging of the two headquarters for UFC, WWE, and all the other TKO interests.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, at one point they did talk about moving the performance center, or I think building another performance center in Las Vegas. So you're definitely on point there. So it's just
They
one of
should
those
have kept the old Titan Tower. They could have turned that building into the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
It's being turned into an apartment complex, I hear.
Yeah, it is.
And more enough offices
don't live
turn
too
to
far from
apartments.
there.
Don't take a black light in there, people.
Exactly. It's another one. With everything that Charlie Dempsey has done in NXT, why not? You got him back, induct William Regal.
Yeah, true. Regal would work.
William Regal's a great hand.
Yep. And of course, he's done everything possible in this business, both embarrassing, justified, and unjustified. So, again, he is the gentleman villain. So, again, that's another a fair shout. So, there's a couple of people that are definitely worth going to the Hall of Fame.
I know his son is there, Charlie Dempsey, and that's most likely who would induct him. But can you just give it to Jerry doing it? Like, can you just reunite that, man, please? Like,
Eugene.
He doesn't speak English.
Eugene.
Oh no! Put the bloody thing down. Blast him with a short cannon.
Wait, it's not Eugene. What do you call him? It's Eugene or something, right?
It's Eugene. Yeah. Oh my god!
Have Charlie Dempsey come out to do it. Have Eugene cross the ceremony, and act like he's part of the No Quarter Catch crew.
Oh, JJ.
Oh yeah, come out with.
Hey, when that bell rang, Eugene could go, bro.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
He was like Festus. The bell rang, and it was a whole different dude in the ring.
Oh yeah, you mean little gals who got let go by WWE?
Again.
Right.
Well, the next person we're going to talk about didn't get let go, but his contract did expire. The walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Yes. Yeah,
I wanted to talk about what we thought of his TNA run and what we would like to see him do. Now, it's been reported that he's going to go to AEW. But Jordan Gray said, "See you soon, bro." So I'm not sure what to believe until I see him on my TV screen.
Yeah.
But do we want to see him go to AEW? Would we rather see him come to WWE? What would you say the highlights of his TNA run were? And depending on where you want to see him go, what would you like to see him do within said company? Now, for me, I didn't see a whole lot of his TNA career. I caught it at the very tail end. I thought he was a dominant champion. I thought it sucked when he got injured and he had to surrender the title just before WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania 39 weekend. When everything was starting to go down. Never really seemed to regain his footing after that. I personally would like to see him come to WWE And I'd like to see him work a program with Chad Gable. I think that would be a technical wrestling clinic. You know, a lot of people talk about, reunite the North, reunite the North, reunite the North. I never saw how great the North was, so I'd be interested to see it, but that's not top on my list. I'd like to see him work something with Chad Gable. So that's me. Ryan, we'll go to you, and we'll go counterclockwise.
Well, I'm in the party of people who would like to see the North reunite, but that isn't the only thing I would like to see. He would definitely wrestle a clinic with Chad Gable, as you said. I think there's a lot more opportunity for him in WWE than going over to AEW, because AEW has so many talents that they don't know what to do with, and they're not using correctly. So there's that. He reminded me of Kurt Angle back in the day, honestly. So I would like to see him in WWE.
Noah?
Oh, Jesus, sorry. Been up since 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, as someone who follows TNA verbatim, far more invested in that than ever in WWE since insert year here. I followed Jonathan Sanders' entire TNA career since coming in 2017 when he and Ethan Page became the North and became the longest reigning TNA Tag Team Champions, while he went on from there and went on to become one of the most notorious X Division champions and ascended from there to be the longest reigning TNA World Champion, surpassing the likes of Sting, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, just to put that out there. Some of my marquee match moments was definitely him versus Speedball Mike Bailey, that TV clip that went nearly to a 60-minute draw. His wars with Moose and Steve Macklin. His one-of-a-kind matches, of course, with the likes of Will Ospreay. Anybody Josh Alexander wrestled, it was an instant classic. Giant, Juggernaut, you name it. Minoru Suzuki, Jonah, just name another couple of exhibitions. And shout out to my TNA correspondent friend, Attila, in the chat, who is echoing her thoughts. As far as what's next for him, I'm not sure. With Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, the promotion led by Scott D'Amore, and of course, Scott D'Amore trained Josh Alexander. They got 2 more shows come up in March. Being part of WWE means he's not going to be part of those, but if he's done with independent bookings, that doesn't matter. But I do think there is more opportunity in WWE going there, challenging for the likes maybe of Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship, maybe going down to NXT and confronting the Ruler. Maybe he'd be the guy that leads that, not necessarily go north, but necessarily he and Ethan Page could have a program. I think Chad Gable and John Cena is the #1 wrestling match I would like to see with WWE. Can WWE do professional wrestling to the highest degree, though? Jury's still out. Cody Rhodes, Josh Alexander sounds like an interesting match. Drew McIntyre. There's some interesting opportunities there if Josh goes to WWE. So I'd be curious to see where he would land. I mean, again, the fact that Jordan Grace is in NXT makes sense with the most respected booked women's division that's not 2 women pigeonholed like Raw and SmackDown. So I do think there's more opportunity for Josh Alexander going to WWE and NXT particularly. But we'll have to wait and see at this point, though, with how much he's given to the business. I wouldn't mind if he just rests and relaxes with his family, Jay Chung and his son. I mean, Jay Chung also offered a lot, too. So I'm happy for what he did since 2017 for TNA, but I would like to see him go to WWE if he wants to. If he still feels like he has more to give to the business, how AJ Styles is probably close to retirement as well. AJ Styles, Josh Alexander needs to happen. But again, time will tell.
James?
I mean, I'm also of the belief that the North would be great to be in WWE. So please. But yeah, no, I don't know. I also want to see him. The North versus the Creed brothers would be fucking nuts, to be fair. Because yeah, if you followed the North, you know why I would love to see that match. But again, the tag team wrestling in at least main roster WWE is a bit. So yeah, I don't know if they start building up that division a little bit more on both brands, then I'm like, yeah, sure. But until then, I'd rather see him, go for a singles run I feel like he'd be a great contender for Alba. I don't know if he goes to AEW. I feel like he could be the Owen Hart to the Hurt Syndicate if they decide that's actually, if he decides that's where he's going to go. I feel like he'd be a great addition to that group. He could easily get the TNT title and make that prestigious again as, the walking weapon in the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know.
Josh Alexander in the Hurt Syndicate would look like Owen Hart in the Nation of Domination.
That's the point. Just copy, Control C, Control V. There you go. So, yeah, there you go. The token Canadian.
Oh my gosh, I'd rather see Josh Alexander be the Ring of Honor World Champion.
I agree. You can do that.
Dethrone the Learning Tree.
The Learning Tree needs to burn and literally not be regrown. Just saying.
Well, hopefully Enzo will come by soon and we'll get that wish. Don't worry.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
But yeah.
Can we acknowledge how over Big Bill is?
Yeah, can we acknowledge how over Enzo was when he showed up with him?
Yeah, on the Jericho Cruise, nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway.
We got
Walter?
Let the host James.
That's true.
I don't think he can see it with the phone. Before we go, the character's out of the costume if you want me to bring him in, JJ.
JJ, did you hear that?
No, not at all. Like I said, I can barely hear Walter. Everyone else I can hear.
Okay, so
the gentleman's out of the costume and in the green room if you want me to bring him in.
Yeah, Jeff is here.
Oh, then bring him in.
Well, now he's not here.
No, he's not.
I was going to say you got production. I can't see him.
This is going great. This is going great.
There he is. He's here.
Yeah, there's the third. We got half avatars and half actual people here. Good grief.
Hi, Jeff.
Right.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, everybody. This is your officially trained and past training and new cast member. How you doing?
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I didn't.
I'm tired. I've been dealing with idiots.
It's my fault.
But you love us, Noah.
I understand, King Scar. I understand you're surrounded by idiots. I understand your plight, sir. So, just so you guys are aware, I'm on Avatar because I'm literally sitting down at the Bengal barbecue to have my celebratory dinner. So, if I don't see who all's here, I apologize. Obviously, JJ's here. I know James is here because they were trying to be subtle about who was here, and then James went, "Yeah, Jeff is here." It's like, okay, James is being subtle again. Cool.
Yeah, subtlety is not my second nature.
Clearly.
Who else is here?
Ryan. That's it. It's the core four, you and Ryan.
Very good. Hello, kids.
Again, hi, Dr. Nick.
And you got kids in the chat.
So you walked into us.
Well, yes. Kids in the chat as always, Noah. So, where are we at in the show? Let me catch you up here while I devour the food.
Well, we've pretty much talked about everything except what you asked us to hold off on. We are currently talking about Josh Alexander, where we want to see him go, and what we want to see him do in said promotion.
He's John Cena.
The report is that he's going to AEW if you believe the internet rumors. But Jordan Grace also said, "See you soon, bro." So I'm not going to believe anything until I see him on my TV screen either way. It was on Walter, and then that's when he said that you were backstage. So let Walter get his thoughts out, and then we'll go to you, good sir.
Very good, sir.
Because everyone else has spoken on this topic.
Yes.
Alexander's on one of my top 10 most emotional moments when he had to relinquish that title and his son took that damn belt. I cried. That was like one of the craziest things to me. I am one that has watched his whole career since TNA. Like I said, the little injury they could. Him being the longest reigning champ for a while, the walking weapon. Memories of just the matches he did. If he goes to AEW, go ahead, take care of your family and collect a paycheck because you'll be a new toy for about a good year, and then they'll be off to catering with you. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. That's what will happen. But while he's playing with that toy, you can give me Josh Alexander versus Kenny Omega. You can give
Oh
me
my
Josh Alexander
God.
versus Okada. You can give me Kenny Omega versus MJF. I mean, sorry, why did I say Kenny Omega? You can give me Josh Alexander versus MJF. You can give me. There's a lot of things that can happen in AEW, and I feel like people are just bashing it before it happens. He can get a good run in AEW, and he can collect a big paycheck for not doing as much if he's really just worried about taking care of his family. But I feel like the wrestler in him is gonna want to prove that he can make it in the big leagues. Like, let's face it, WWE is the big leagues, and you can reunite the North, have them be the ones to dethrone Fraxium, or you can give what Noah just said, AJ Styles versus Josh Alexander. You can give the Chad Gable versus Josh Alexander. Maybe he can join that team, and you just rebrand it. Maybe North American or something, not just American, and you include him from Canada because I feel like he fits that team so well. He can be part of the dominant force. He's a submission machine. Hell, bring Kurt Angle and have him manage him. Fuck it. Let it all do it. Let it all like an Olympic style amateur wrestlers. And just Kurt Angle doesn't have to wrestle. He's on a legend deal. He doesn't have to do anything but be the voice for them. And I would love to do it. But if you believe the rumors being reported, unfortunately, that he is close to signing with AEW, just take care of your family, make that money. But I hope you don't sign long-term deal. You better sign like a 1 or 2 year contract because I'm telling you, you'll get frustrated with that booking mighty quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, Chad Gable, the new Can-Am connection.
Right.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Jay. Very, very well put. That's exactly what I was going to do. Putting with Gable. If he ends up in WWE. Right?
Yeah, big fat if until official
Yeah.
statement released by said company.
Well, I am sitting in a land where you can sail around the world river in about 15 minutes. So anything is possible where I'm sitting right now. I'd love to see it. I really would.
You over by Small World?
Not that river. Good grief! No, the
sail
Jungle
around
Cruise.
the world in 15 minutes. I'm just saying.
I said the world's rivers, not the world. World's oh no, God, anything but that. Thank you, Scar. Thank you, Scar. Yes, I don't want to believe that he'll end up in AEW. I think he will fit better in WWE. Like Walter said, a lot of this industry is taking care of you and yours, and we know Tony Khan will pay out the fat paychecks. So if that's what he gets, Walter's got the right idea. Take a year, see how the waters flow. If he fits there, he'll stay. If he has the year and then he's like, I'm kind of good. I made the money. Thank you for the opportunity. Now I'm going to go where I belong. And again, a lot can happen in a year. A lot can happen in however many days I don't know if he's contract up or if he's got to wait it out or whatever it is, but
Contract expired on Valentine's Day, so he is free to go wherever he wants.
Well, where is the next WWE PLE?
Canada.
Just saying. It's one of those. He could have showed up tonight if he really wanted to and helped Ethan Page. Yes, Ethan won anyway, but hey, a lot can happen in a couple weeks. And being in Toronto, we're already getting Trish on the card. Which, thank you, Trish. Trishy time's a little cringe, not gonna lie, but it's good to see Trish back. I wouldn't mind seeing Josh on that card too. Yes, I'd rather see him in NXT with Ethan, and but if he goes to main roster, he can put him with Gable, the Can-Am connection. There's so many possibilities. This dude has possibilities. He's healthy again. He's not having to nurse that neck injury and all the other things he had going on.
So if he's wanting to come play with the big boys, I'm here for it.
How big of a slap in the face would it be if they hired Josh and Jade as a package deal and they gave Jade Samantha Irvin's old job?
Damn. That's foul.
I'm just saying, we know WWE can be petty.
Yeah. Well, I really haven't. Sorry, a mouthful, big old piece of beef from the Bengal barbecue. I haven't made my decision if I like Alicia's announcing yet. I always love Lillian Garcia. I'm actually a fan of Mike Rome, so I don't know if we necessarily need to replace anybody and bring Jade in. I like Jade. Jade Chung and Casa go way back, but she might be content to just do her own thing and be mama again. I don't know. But Josh would be great. And yes, it would be a great slap in the face. To answer your question, Jay, it would be a very petty blow to the face. But, what else was new?
Yeah, about to say, WWE and petty just goes as natural as day and night.
Yeah.
All right, well, really quickly, we'll go ahead and run it back so Jeff can give his thoughts on what we've already discussed.
Okay.
Before we move into what he showed up for.
Right. We can all go to bed.
So, Jeff, a puppet is more over than the human counterpart. Thoughts?
Oh, well, let's just lead in with that, shall we? Okay.
Oh, my Lord.
And just so you know, we already made the joke of this isn't the first time Mercedes has had something shoved up her ass.
Check, please. Oh, damn, self-service. Crap. Anyway, damn, curses, foiled again. Look, Harley's entertaining as hell. She's hot as hell. And she's clearly multi-talented in ways that none of us knew before this run with Mercedes. So good on her, man. Good on her for getting more of her out there than just the psycho blonde with the huge Camerons. Good on her. As far as being more over with the puppet, it's not surprising. Mercedes has clearly not endeared herself to the general audience. So, excuse me, all the hell. You know what? I've found that part of the shows to be one of my favorite parts of the shows every week. Again, as much as people are dogging on the lack of overall depth of female talent, the two female feuds going in today were the two most captivating things on the television screens.
Yep.
See, and nobody is disputing the depth of female talent on that roster.
Yeah.
It's just the way they're booked.
Exactly.
Nope.
When you have a roster of women that's approximately 30 to 40 deep, yes, I did the numbers.
Wow.
And you only showcase 8 of them on a weekly basis. The same 8.
Yep.
What are we supposed to do with the rest of them?
I've seen Britt Baker more for Cobra Kai promotion and promoting the new Mildred Brooke movie than I have on AEW television. Just throwing it out there.
Get rid of the learning tree and actually dedicate it to the women's division. How about that?
So there was
that. To remove Chris Jericho?
So there was that. Then we talked about the flawless addition to the Hall of Fame coming this year.
Yes.
And thoughts on the announcement of Michelle. Now, general consensus of the room, she deserves it.
Yes.
But there's other women that deserve it before her.
And I agree with that. And I guarantee you, Michelle would agree with that too. She really would. I got to listen to her talk to CVV, Chris Van Vliet, excuse me. Sorry for the people who don't know CVVs. The other day.
I referenced that as well.
Yeah. Her interview with Chris was so good. And, Chris has interviewed Mark here recently too. So you're really starting to show who they are. Both of them are going to be an LFG that's premiering tomorrow. Look, the Casa was not kind to Lay Cool in their dying days. Let's just be blunt about it.
Well, we weren't kind to the cool portion of Lay Cool.
Valid. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And I still say their breakup video with the backing of "When She Loved Me" is still the saddest thing I've never seen again on YouTube, because we're not allowed to show that anymore.
The funniest thing I've ever seen on YouTube.
Oh God, so good, so good.
The breakup video to "When She Loved Me" was almost as iconic as the original "Santa Claus is a Dick" video.
Yes,
that used the
valid.
Rudolph footage.
And what's so funny about that video, Jay, it does not exist in its own form anymore. The only way you can see that is watching that episode of Dads.
Yep.
It is ridiculous. Anyway, but again, retroactive, looking back retroactively with a different shade of glasses on is a WWE thing now. How much did they blow smoke up the Warriors' ass? And let's be honest about how people felt about Jim Hellwig prior to 2014, right? I'm not saying Michelle was that level of hated. I don't think she even came remotely within the same stratosphere as that. But my opinion of Michelle looking back has definitely changed. I know a lot of people feel the same way. A lot of people felt that she got what she got because of Mark. I never honestly felt that way personally, but I could see where people felt that. She is definitely
She even
deserving.
admitted as much on the Chris Van Vliet interview.
Oh yeah, she did. It's funny to go back and listen to her and Chris chat, and then go back and watch an interview when she first exited. Go back and watch her portions of The Last Ride. She's not the same person. It's like not even close. She's always been that, down home, from the little small town in Florida girl, but being on the main roster definitely changed her perception. And one of her husband's biggest keys in his speech is perception is reality. The perception of her to the public has changed exponentially in the last 10 years, maybe even more. So I, for one, was very happy for the announcement. I kind of wish they would have maybe given Chris a little heads up, just so he could hold off on the interview and get the big first scoop, because that would have been super cool for Chris, because I love Chris. But I am happy with the inductions so far. Hunter, God, let me count the ways that he deserves it. And Michelle deserves it. So, and again, we have to remember, folks, the Hall of Fame worthiness of people, they pack those classes so tight for so many years that I'm going to use the term I usually use. I'm sitting in the middle of Disneyland, but they blew their, early on these classes, 5, 6, 7, 8 people at a time. It's like, okay, can we bring it down to like 3 or 4 and actually make it mean something? They're doing that now, but it's a little late. So I think she deserves it. We'll see what the rest of the class fleshes out to be. I'll leave it there.
That's fair.
Now, going back on the Hall of Fame real quick, we also went around the horn. One name you think is going to go in this year based off of what you're seeing with the class so far?
Okay, well, without knowing what anybody else said, I don't want to, because I've been seeing those painted up red, white, and black faces all week about rumor and innuendo. I want me some Demolition. That's what I want.
That was something that was mentioned in the chat since they signed a Legends deal, but the point also was made Victoria just signed a Legends deal, and Michelle McCool is going in the Hall of Fame, not her. So just because a Legends deal was signed doesn't mean they're going in this year.
No, but the fact that they were added back to the alumni roster, they're acknowledging them again, it just sounds good. I personally have felt that Demolition has deserved it for a long time. I know Bill and Barry both had their issues with WWE, and they were part of the CTE lawsuit that went absolutely nowhere, except making everybody look like a bunch of idiots. But time, even in wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, seems to heal all wounds. And it looks like Bill and Barry have finally gotten over their BS with the company and vice versa. So if they are, put them in.
Okay. The Hardy Boys were mentioned because of the TNA partnership, and they kind of fit the era that we're seeing here. Cyndi Lauper, of course, was mentioned.
Always.
I don't think she's not going to get mentioned until she fucking goes in.
No, I am determined. Like that is my goal on the celebrity side. I am going to tout her name until they put her in, especially since her bandmate's a friend of mine now. Like, I'm here for every bit of that.
Yeah, and Noah gave the whole speech about, the city of entertainment, Las Vegas, blah, blah, blah. And I made a counter argument, the city of entertainment, performers. There's a guy and a band who's got connections enough to be inducted in the celebrity arena. I mean, hell, they even had a song called The Ace of Spades.
This is true.
Motorhead in Vegas just seems like it would be a great shout. Going in there alongside Triple H. The only downside is Hunter wouldn't be able to induct him because he's an inductee. And traditionally, and the panel said, well, why can't Triple H induct him? Traditionally, inductees don't do inductions the same year.
No, and the fact that Lem is not there, I don't. And again, for better or worse, with all respect to the rest of the band, Motorhead in WWE was Lem in WWE, honestly and truthfully.
Right.
So I would love it for them. I love it for Lem posthumously. But as far as music acts in the celebrity wing, I am going to die out on the hill with a girl just wanting to have fun in my heart until she does. Like that's the pitch, kids.
Time after time,
I get it.
waiting for it, and it still hasn't happened.
Right, exactly. Very well said, Noah.
I'm gonna keep bringing up City, and I'm gonna keep bringing up Jim Johnston because you need to do that.
Oh, Jim Johnson, yes.
So that's where I think the No DQ Hall of Fame comes in so well, because they have the non-wrestler category. It should be called the Jim Johnson category at this point.
Right. Anyway.
So yeah, that's how I feel. Is JJ still there? I just want to make sure he's not just letting us speak and he's not frozen or something. No. Okay, cool. Okay.
I'm here. I just muted because I was talking to somebody at work, see if I could score a ride real quick since I haven't heard from roommates.
Anybody? Yes. Yes, I feel that.
Well, I'll go ahead and introduce the next topic, then I'll let you guys kind of go around while I transition home.
Very good.
We had an absolutely phenomenal debut this week on NXT. And this is what Jeff really wanted to discuss. So I'm going to just kind of let him take over. And then we'll kind of run counterclockwise again. Try to stall it as long as you guys can, because I'm about to get my ride and probably going to take me a good 15 or so to get home. So please, by all means, speak on this, guys.
So, let me stall for time about the absolute addition to the NXT roster of Ricky Starks without being able to swear about it, because I'm so flippin' happy for him. It's no secret. I have been a fan of Ricky Starks since he debuted for Billy Corgan's NWA. I wanted to get him for an interview at that point. I was trying to get him for an interview with AEW when he was there, before they made us think he had disappeared off the face of the earth for those 2 years. There is, for my money, no more deserving young talent to be getting the opportunity to work for the biggest wrestling company on the planet than Ricky Starks. I cannot say enough good things about that young man without sounding like I'm a proud papa or a creepy stalker, or both. He's just so goddamn talented. He's so charismatic. He's got the entire audience wrapped around that, I'm sure, well-manicured finger of his every single time he steps out there. Every single time he appears on anybody's screen, everybody is drawn to it. He was one of CVV's highest-rated interviews here recently. Every time I knew he was going to be on AEW TV, I made it appointment television. I really stayed with the NWA as long as I did while he was there. Him leaving kind of made me go, probably not going to go very much further, and I didn't, as it turns out. I am over the moon for my friend Ricky Starks. I am so grateful that the people within WWE got to the point where they recognized just how good this dude is. Again, I can't say enough gushing things, but I'm gonna send it around since we're going counterclockwise. That will mean we will go to. I can't see who's in the middle because my eyes are dog crap. So go ahead, whoever's in the middle.
That would be Ryan. So Ryan, ball's in your court.
So I think the debut was great. As great as it could be. I personally would like a name, but I understand why we don't have a name yet. You know,
right?
This came together so fast that he probably didn't even expect it.
Yes.
Right. So contracts aren't written, numbers aren't agreed to, and at this point, it's probably just a handshake.
Right.
Until that's we will have a on-camera signing or contract signing, and we will have the actual contract signed earlier in that day to get all this stuff ironed out.
Yes, I's dotted, T's crossed, all the things.
Phenomenal talent to be stuck doing nothing, and then you re-up them, and then you still keep him doing nothing. You know, money and creative matter, and at a certain point, there's not enough money in the world that you could pay someone to just sit and do nothing. Let them.
Yeah.
You're not even. I know he was allowed to work indies, but he only worked so many, right? Or only could work so many. So, and you don't want to get hurt when you're on someone else's dime, right? That comes out of your check at the end of the day, right? So,
that's right.
I just hope his name isn't one of those stupid names that they copyrighted, trademarked the other day.
My God, right.
And if it has to be one of those, I think Troll London's the only one that works.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm happy that Ricky is going to be in NXT because that is a nice dose of adrenaline in the arm.
Yes.
That we need for the men's roster in NXT. Because while they have probably the best booked women's division in the industry right now, they have just an okay men's roster. And I don't think that's acceptable.
That's fair. No.
So Ricky's going to be great in there. That's my piece.
Love it. Love it. Mr. Foster, what say you about the absolute newest addition to NXT?
Well, much like you, the first time I discovered Ricky Starks was when he was the NWA World Television Champion on that road to Lucky 7 before outlandish Ziggy Dice took the title from him, and then he ended up going to AEW when he first debuted against Cody Rhodes, challenging for the TNT Championship. Now, one of Cody's best friends is in WWE, the company that Cody, of course, came home to finish his story, and so far is about to reach 1 year to the day come WrestleMania 41. So there's a lot of promise with Ricky Starks in NXT, and I'm very excited and happy for him because, again, how can you leave? And this is one of the problems with the business when there's so much incredible talent, not enough spots. Where money isn't everything, morale and purpose speaks more volumes than the number of zeros on a fucking paycheck. I think about people like Camille when she got a chance to showcase her strength. One of my favorite matches I saw live last year, Camille versus Chris Statlander. At this point, though, I want to see Camille do something with this meaty women's division in either AEW or WWE if she really is gone due to injury. Also, I know she did that movie about the Burke, so again, that might be another thing. Though she was just in the UK with Shaw Shamus. But going back to Ricky Starks, a lot of young promise here for this young man where NXT is trying to cultivate the future through Lil and these athletes of different backgrounds with cardio for days and athleticism, but maybe zero wrestling experience. Not even WID. Ricky Starks going straight to NXT, I think is a great decision because it opens a lot of possibilities now to create arguably your next new babyface where Trick Williams' star might be going out, especially if there's loss, spoiler alert, to Eddie Thorpe in that strap match. So extremely happy. I hope he doesn't get a dumb name, and I pray to God he doesn't get a generic Def Rebel theme. But I'm curious to see what his first steps are. Yeah, Def Rebel still fucking sucks. I'm very curious to see what his first steps are in my favorite brand of WWE and the hottest brand of wrestling passion underneath WWE, NXT. Will he call out the ruler of NXT? Will he cross the line to TNA and challenge something we believe in? Will he confront the NXT North American champion? I'm very curious to see what the future holds for Ricky Starks, where I think there's absolutely a ton of possibilities for him, waiting for him once he signs that dotted line. And I do think he's going to stand and deliver. I think that's how soon they're going to man straight to the moon. And he dropped out again. Anyway, and now we go to James Hebert. So, hold on. Let me get Jeff back in, see if he has something to say. There we go. Nope. Who's pushing the button? Stop it! There it is. All right.
Sorry about that. The Mask Mafia is watching again.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're under constant surveillance, man. But that's that's my thoughts. And at this point, just let me call Ricky Starks match and stand and deliver. That's what I want.
God damn, for real, right?
All right, well, that's my take. Congratulations to Ricky Starks, well deserved.
Absolutely. All right, Mr. Hebert, let you speak on this.
Let me speak on this. First of all, I'm glad the Rick is in WWE.
Oh, stop that!
No, here we go.
You should have heard me earlier. I said, "Do you smell what the Rick is cooking? It smells like paint thinner and ass."
He's been on one all night.
Paint thinner and ass. Jesus Christ. The accent makes it worse. Paint thinner and ass.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
But no, fucking I'm happy for Ricky Starks, man. Thank Christ. He needed
Right.
to get the fuck out of there. He was being held in purgatory pretty much. Doing nothing or being allowed to work indie dates that would be unsafe. I am sad that we never got that Matt Cardona Ricky Starks match at GCW. I'm still pissed about that.
No, right?
I thought they were working towards that. Honestly, if they were going to bring back AEW, just have him go after Daniel Garcia in the TNT Championship.
There you go.
Well, hopefully we get Ricky Starks. Hopefully we get Matt Cardona in WWE. We'll get another shot in NXT.
There we go. I'm here for that.
Well, Lord knows they need the boost to that men's division, and he might not be the only one going there. So
need to get some meat to Obafemi.
Yeah, Miro will come by, I'm sure.
Rusev Day. Continue.
Yes, please. Rusev Day versus the Rula, hopefully. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best for Ricky. I really want to see him. I think he'd be a great North American champion. I think that could be the shot in the arm that division needs.
Yeah.
So hopefully we see that. Who's the champion right now? Oh yeah, Tony G.
Tony.
The Timu Soprano.
Yes, Timu Soprano indeed. Yeah, definitely give the belt to Ricky Starks and not a moment too soon.
Am I wrong? Really?
You're not
Yes.
wrong. Give him the belt.
I love Tony.
Tony,
he's all right.
Dude, little Guido's more Italian than him.
No. Tracy Smothers more Italian than him.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm not saying neither of those statements are wrong, but continue.
JT Smith.
Nick Camarado is more fucking Italian than him. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's in the FBI now, I think, right? No?
Big-blooded Italian.
No, it's Zach Clayton and some other shit.
Zach Clayton, dude, the reality.
Is Zach Clayton, and then who's the other guy?
I have no idea. Who cares? Continue.
The other schmuck. Anyway, yeah, so happy for Ricky. Good for Ricky. I want him to get the championship, the North American title. Hopefully he runs rough shot with that. And yeah, Def Rebel does suck. And hopefully he doesn't get Def Rebel. I want to see him get maybe a Downstate theme. Maybe he can get hooked up by Downstate.
Yes!
There you go.
Yeah.
If WWE was smart, they would put Downstate on their payroll. Maybe music and superstar identity would actually matter or some freaking moment.
Yeah, Downstate's great.
Haven't done a wrong song yet.
Nope. They just did one for Indy Hartwell for the Indies, I believe.
They did. That's true.
I have to check that out. After their last one for Nick Nemeth, the Wanted Man.
Yes.
That's a good song. That's a good theme song.
Yeah, I was about to say, it takes me back to the 80s. Definitely a rock star of TNA, even though he got suspended. The wrong Nemeth got suspended, and I stand by that.
Why did he get suspended? I don't know what happened.
Storyline.
It's a
Okay.
super kick storyline, but he super kicks Santino Marella after his brother got out of the way.
Ryan Nemeth acting like a big old bitch in a whole wide world.
This seems like an easy way to get Dolph Ziggler on NXT again.
Yay!
I don't know if he wants to get on freaking NXT again at this point. It's not like he has anything to prove. I mean, hell, he was the NXT champion at one point.
Yes.
Well, we did say the director of authority tonight.
True that. We know the director of authority and the liaison are working with Ava Rain to prepare, obviously, for TNA Impact Live this Thursday from Full Sail University. Let's freaking go. But anyway, that's a different conversation for a different day. Still got to get through Tuesday. But anyway, James, you all done, bro?
Yeah, pretty much it. I'm happy for Ricky. Thank God. That's my thought.
Absolutely a positive thought. All right, Walter, on you.
I'm on the same boat as everybody else. Happy for him. I mean, the cuffs are off. Why keep somebody in your roster that is obviously unhappy? So I'm glad Tony released all these people because that's just bad for the locker room in terms of morale.
Yeah, it
You got
is.
shackles on all these people and like let them go. They're unhappy. Let them go. And this is the absolute 100% fastest turnaround I think I've ever seen without camera tricks and tape delays. Like literally, this dude was gone. The next day was on TV. Like
It was awesome.
Exactly.
That was some Lex Luger stuff.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
exactly.
Freaking brilliant.
Yeah,
Can't fault it.
Lex Luger and Rick Rude. Like this is crazy. Like,
Dude, Rude was on the same show, both shows on the same night. That was next level, but that was camera tricks too, like you said. Lex was literally at a WWF house show, and then he wasn't.
There, and then he was gone.
Yeah. Minneapolis was a Colin. Anyway, yes.
Yeah,
right.
But they're showing his. They're not saying his name. I think Ryan had a good point. I think it's just because the ink hasn't even dried on that contract, and so
Right.
they can't say certain things yet, and then that's probably what happened.
Exactly.
We usually hate contract signing. I think
Guys, I'm gonna wait for you out here.
this is going to be the most looked forward to contract signing in the history of the business of wrestling. And I feel like they ought to use a real contract and actually show that showing him sign a real contract.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. I mean, obviously don't have the camera showing, the actual what the contract looked like, but like his actual contract should be on the table and he should sign his actual contract in front of the whole wide world. It would be completely something different. No one has ever done that, and now you instantly make a huge star on your brand by doing that. That's the first actual real contract, legit signing in front of an entire world.
Yeah.
But what's funny is somebody did do that in the past, very famously across the Ring of Honor Championship belt. CM Punk signed his WWE contract on the Ring of Honor title during the summer of Punk, the original summer of Punk. But other than that, you're right. Don't mind me, Thunder Mountain's going by and make people scream.
That just sounds normal. But also, to your point, there's another match waiting to happen. Ricky Starks and CM Punk.
Dude.
What I really want to happen is after he signs that, grab the microphone and said, Ricky Starks is here. Like, that's when you finally reveal the name. Like, you leave it like that and just say his actual name after that.
Ricky Starks
is right.
Ricky Starks is WWE. Ricky Starks is NXT.
Now this contract is absolute. Ricky Starks is here, and the Revolution will be televised.
Every week.
I'll be petty and show the graph like Ricky Starks is NXT, like how they elite. Do that. Ricky Starks is NXT.
Hell yes.
Can we not stoop to that level? Because I know that it's going to cause more stupidity across the board.
Yeah, but
no, you forget. I'm an agent of chaos now. I'm here for it.
He comes out as the biggest star. I'm telling you, I was for the one. Look, I'm Mr. Petty. I was for the one that Ricky Stark being Ava office, and before he leaves, she just goes, "Nice shirt," as like a shot back at what
Yes.
Hope said to everybody. So like,
Yep.
be petty. Screw it.
What he should do is find that same style of shirt and have like the Dwayne Johnson clothing logo on the collar just for the shits and giggles.
He comes out in the Dwayne Johnson turtleneck.
Right? Yes, dude. Dude, that's foul. That's wild. That's wild. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Do the pose with the freaking thumb in the belt loop and the fan. Oh my god, I can't even now. Jesus.
The pebble has arrived.
Oh no.
Come out with those 500. Well, with inflation, the $8,000 shirts now. But,
That's right.
Yeah, true.
And those
The pebble will be televised.
about like that.
Pure Versace. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Jay, please take over this conversation and let's hurry up and end this, man, before we ascend any more madness.
Boulder.
Boulder. Yeah, yes. The Boulder says. The Boulder says.
The Boulder says my name's too long for this song. Anyway.
That's true.
Okay, well, first of all, hi everybody. Good to see you.
Hi, Dr. J. Not Julius Irving.
Ha.
But so I'm just here for the ride, man. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
what Ricky is gonna do because the whole introduction of him was very Scott Hall-esque.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
As an outsider.
Not necessarily saying to do another NWO because that only worked once.
Yes.
But him coming through the crowd, not saying his name, very much had a "you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here" feel to it. And especially since, wasn't it like right after Nikita Lyons' match? I mean, no disrespect to Big Cat Kita, but that was a throwaway match.
Yeah, no, it
Kind
was.
of like the match that Scott Hall crashed.
Right.
So, like, I mean, hell, we haven't even seen Nikita on our TVs for how long? And she just happened to be there for this match? Okay.
No, but it was nice to see her. Both sides. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
It's nice to see her. All of her.
My deaf flat out goes, who's the bottom of the big ass? I'm like, oh, if you only knew.
That is Big Cat Kita.
That is Big Cat Kita, Grandpa Frank.
Yeah, Lee walks by the TV and Caesar was like, damn. It was hilarious.
Right?
But I'm here for the ride. I'm curious to see what happens Tuesday. Now, did he appear at all tonight? Because I still haven't seen it.
Just a little video vignette saying that he will sign on the dotted line this Tuesday night.
Okay, I had heard on social that he was doing his contract signing on Tuesday, but I didn't know if he was further involved than that.
No.
Right.
Married, not blind.
Really quickly, did Jordan Grace show up at all?
At the very end, after Stephanie Valkyrie and Julia were in the middle of the ring together, and Jordan Grace came in. So yeah, I think it's safe to say Jordan Grace is NXT, and then the show went off.
Oh my
He had a
god.
shirt that said "We are NXT."
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Curious
wonderful.
about that. I meant to ask about that earlier when we were kind of talking about Vengeance Day and
Yeah, long ass
Grandstand.
days. You're all good.
Stephanie and Julia had
You're
their
telling
first
me.
Benoit, Eddie Guerrero WrestleMania 20 moment, and then Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Can't wait to watch it back.
There's your trinity of women's wrestling to lead NXT into the future and tell Ron SmackDown, top this.
Right?
Shoot, they give their fucking mid-card title more respect than Raw and SmackDown do.
I can neither confirm nor deny those allegations, but he's out of line, but he's not wrong.
I missed that. I had cut out. What was that?
that NXT treats their mid-card title with more respect than Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Not
This
wrong.
mid-card title for fucking jokes.
Well, I mean, when you got your Intercontinental Champion losing out, and not only the Royal Rumble, but the Elimination Chamber against Bayley this past Monday, and you got the United States Champion losing out to Naomi. Boo. I mean, tell me why I'm wrong.
Very rarely.
I don't sense the wrong.
I was going to say, very rarely is Noah wrong.
Damn fucking right.
Jeez.
Dean, winner, chicken dinner. We got a $2 super chat from Emmanuel. Walter, you're going to have to translate this because he's speaking typo. So
Is Fatal Influence debut after losing a 3v1?
Is Fatal Influence dead after losing 3 versus 1?
did they lose a 3 versus 1?
Wait, is
Basically,
it
Stephanie took them all out.
Okay. Yeah, just Stephanie Valkyria took all 3 out, but she still.
But it wasn't a 3-on-1 match, so
No, but it felt like that. So, dead. The new way to spell dead. Debe.
we love you, Emmanuel. We just got to fuck with you, and luckily we have someone who speaks typo. So,
Well, you know how to speak typo when you type typo, so there you go.
Exactly. Takes one to know one.
Exactly, brother.
Hey, I was about to say they're doing
I
better.
haven't seen the match, so I don't know. I wouldn't be able to speak on it.
But say
considering it technically wasn't a 3v1, I'm gonna say no. We'll have to see what comes because I do want to see some more Fatal Influence versus Chemical X stuff going down.
Such a dumbass name, Chemical X.
Hey, listen, it's all I know is it's better than the Pure Fusion Collective right now.
That's stupid. It's literally what the Powerpuff Girls are made out of.
That's about that.
I mean, the Shield lost a 3-on-1 match, and look where they got.
True that.
That's true.
All 3 men are ruling the business their own way.
I don't know if we'd say Moxley's rolling the business, but that's another story altogether.
Yeah, that's true.
He's ruling something.
I mean, hey, he said he inherited a nuclear wasteland. He wasn't wrong.
He's the one that created that fucking nuclear wasteland.
He didn't create it. He freaking trying to purge it. He became part of it day one. It's only got worse from there.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so he's adding to the problem of the nuclear waste.
Well, maybe he's trying to contain it.
Yeah, he's really containing it. Very, very good.
Yeah, there's a reason why
I'm the only person on this planet that likes the Death Riders, evidently.
Yep.
I mean, Brian, you and I already talked verbatim about what we saw in the close-up. You're not alone. There may be a minority, but a minority is not just around one person. Ruin, a better R word for Moxley. A better R word for Moxley. Bruin. Rampage.
Well, no, because you said they're running the business right now in their own way, and Nestor's saying ruin is a better R word for Moxley.
There's worse things ruining the business. Look at the learning tree.
Listen, I would say it, and I normally would because I actually have the pass to say the R word, but I think it's better when Ropes says it, and he's not here. So
This is accurate because Ropes has that voice to put behind it.
Oh, good. Yeah, just like you got the voice behind the fridge. Fridge versus Trish. Yeah, that's going to put butts in.
I can't believe they did this.
And anyway, back to the current conversation. Again, we'll see what happens on Tuesday night. And JJ, you'll see what your brand did ahead of standing and delivering WrestleMania weekend with Vengeance Day, which I thought was a pretty damn good show.
Good.
Delivered today.
Definitely.
I've got a lot that I've got to get caught up on come Monday because I still need to see SmackDown. I need to see Vengeance Day. I want to see Grand Slam, even though pretty much nobody that I wanted won, except for Tony. I'm going to want to see LFG. And yeah, and then I got to get all that in before Raw.
I'll just stick to the 10-minute highlight packages that make life so much easier for me because, again, fuck television. And Ash, the problem is you literally are supporting a faction with far less talent, quality, and capability than the Death Riders are, even though by name and by booking it seems dumb. Fuck House of Torture.
Well, Jeff had to dip out for a minute to use the facilities. So while we wait for him to come back, let's go ahead and we will run the updated trailer.
Yes.
Hopefully that'll kill some time for him to come back, because there is one other thing I wanted to do real quick. But if he's not back by the time the trailer's over, we'll start going through the shows and then we'll do it at the end. So,
okay.
Walter, go ahead. Now that I'm home, I want to step on your toes.
Okay. All right, no problem. Here's everything coming here on the Simply Reliable Studio.
And now for a taste of things to come.
There's some things I don't think need to be 2 nights, and that's definitely one of them. Also, Sabotage, you're lucky that I said I'm not going to rant for free, or I would chastise your freaking... You know what? No, not going there. And again, folks, we always do here at the Super Reliable Studios, we embrace, we endorse, we love covering and encouraging all the wrestling and other stuff, too. Look, you're trying to get me to rant. Stop it. I'm tired. I've worked with children. I don't need to rant with people that act as such. You know you're wrong, even if you don't know you're wrong. For I am right. It is simple as that. And I'm going to leave it to JJ to close this thing out before you start something you can't finish. Ha!
Well, as far as this goes to the Real Wyatt, and Real Wyatt, this is the only one I'm going to give you for free. It pretty much just depends on my work schedule. When I'm home and I remember, I watch it. If I'm not, I don't. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. There's only so much time within the freaking week. And unless you've been living under a rock, Mariah May was one of the most effective women last year. More worthwhile for me than Liv Morgan was. That's for damn sure.
Well, Dean, to that point, winner, chicken dinner, we have another super chat from Emmanuel. Thank you. Is Mariah May the worst AEW women's champion?
Riho, Nyla Rose, Dr. Baker, DMD, Thunder Rose, Tony Storm, Jamie Hater, I'm a hater, Saraya, cup of coffee, Karl Shida, again, Tony Storm had that run, the glamour. Beat her last year, and then Timeless Conspiracy Tragedy freaking happened. 4-time champion. Nah. No, I would say no. There's been those champions during their multiple runs that some of those title runs was like meh and kind of fell through the cracks. I think Thunder Rosa was one of them, especially when she had to relinquish the title due to injury. But again, if your body can keep it with
I'm back. Sorry. Had to go potty.
All right. Well, it is what it is as far as that goes. But again, You can't
were
call
saying,
somebody the worst AEW Women's Champion unless you followed AEW.
I can't hear you guys. Hang on.
Yeah, you're fine. Unless you've actually followed AEW, like as long as I have, I definitely no. I would almost say Saraya was a moment, but the title run was lame because I think she only had like one defense before Kawashita got her with a roll up.
Yeah, I'll admit that I haven't watched AEW since the beginning, but just based off of what I know about the title's history, and this is no intended disrespect to either of these people, but I would say probably either Riho or Nyla Rose. Because there's the technical portion when it comes to Nyla Rose anyways, and that she's not a woman. We can go down that road. I don't want to go down that road.
Good idea.
Riho, I don't remember having the title for too terribly long either. Did she? Like, I don't really.
Not super long. No, not really.
Yeah, Nyla Rose beat her. Was it February when they went back to Nyla Rose's hometown?
Pretty much 2 cups of coffee.
Okay, so
yeah,
but still
double
longer
shot.
than Saraya.
A double shot.
Yes.
So I would say one of those two. Saraya was all about winning it at Wembley Stadium and everything.
Yep.
The others, I think, were decent enough.
Yeah.
So,
what is the question? I apologize. I am walking through away from Small World, heading for the front, so I cannot look at the screen.
The question was a super chat from Emmanuel saying, "Is Mariah the worst AEW Women's Champion?"
Oh goodness, no! Goodness, no!
Thank goodness, there's at
And
least
especially
one
since it was part of that bigger story with Tony Storm, like the whole timeless Tony story from its inception through the come up and the Mariah May as her understudy and her protege to the turn to Tony losing her mind and leaving to coming back and having the amnesia to it being the greatest portrayal of her entire career to getting the belt back tonight. It's all been part of a grand story, which all of us like to criticize AEW for not telling fucking stories. So this has been going for well over a year now.
And still is.
I'm just saying. And
Yes.
technically it's still going.
Yeah,
so,
we only had 2. We gotta get a final act, and this needs to end once and for all.
And now we get the sequel, right, JJ?
Yeah, right. Which join me and Walter when we talk about the top 10 sequels.
J-Plug, and again, Ash and I can agree on some things. That comment by Ash, probably the only thing she says so far correct. That's accurate. Don't start a war you can't finish.
Damn.
Fair.
Damn, Noah, you
I
are
may
on fire.
Noah's
tired.
feisty tonight.
Noah's CP. He won't go Mimi's.
Well, he's even said that he's got no problem being up late tonight because he ain't got nothing to do tomorrow because of the weather in his area.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
madness, but there are definitely triggers that have definitely pushed me to the point of no return.
The weather is bad. I could literally go play hockey outside my house.
Never played
Good
that.
Lord.
Jeff is back. So before we get to the shows, I do want to do the one other thing that I wanted to bring up real quick.
Very good.
And it was 3 days ago that this video surfaced on the internet.
Fucking A.
Fucking win, Bay. Prove him wrong. Let's go.
On his birthday, no less.
Yep.
That video surfaced.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
So
I already
happy
cried on air
belated
earlier.
to Chris Bay.
Yes.
And good on you, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Damn you guys.
So damn
I
happy for
cried
Chris.
on air. Now I'm almost doing it again.
What, Walter?
I said, damn it, I cried earlier on air when Stephanie and Julia raised the titles together.
Oh.
Now I'm about to do it again.
It's okay, Walter. You've actually proven you have emotions. Proven not only you're human, you're probably more justified as a gentleman than most men on this planet. And even Ash right there is justified. Okay, so she's been right twice tonight. Good girl. Yeah, definitely. Again, freaking incredible to see.
What did I miss tonight, man? Noah's on one with that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And I got accused of being on one earlier.
I guess I can't be on one at the happiest workplace on earth. I guess I just got to be smiling until somebody really triggers me.
Right.
Well, that's a whole different form of triggering that I'm sure you're not used to getting to, nor trying to get to that point. So I mean, again, different aspects.
Not here,
But
that's for
again,
sure.
Yeah, I'm
Can
probably
you
saying,
really
right?
can you really have a better birthday though? Like present to
No, man.
No, absolutely not. You kidding me?
No.
Yeah,
Well,
and he posted a huge post, so I'm not gonna do the whole reading of it, but just go to his X page, and you can find, I think it's his pinned thing right now, and read the whole thing that he wrote about it. But I mean, good on him for staying the conviction to prove people wrong. You know, the doctors were giving him like a 15% chance of ever walking again. So for that video to come out as short as it was, that's just so cool to see.
I freaking
And
love
as short a time after the injury as it was, that is monumental.
You would think that he was Super Cena.
Right? Not to interrupt, JJ, I have evidence of a blue dress Aurora ornament inside Disneyland.
Okay.
Just so you know. Just so you know, Jay. I will be contacting the other person. It's too late to call her now. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Well, that was random.
And knowing
not
is
for
half
us.
the battle. Well, he knows what that means to my daughter's mom because she's a huge Aurora fan, but only the blue dress. And so much merchandise is made these days with her in a pink dress, and she doesn't even wear pink the whole fucking movie. She wears blue.
Yes, quite so.
But because Cinderella's marketed in blue,
you stay off
they
of my
can't
girl,
do
Jay.
her in blue.
Stay off of my girl, Jay. She has an anniversary coming up. It's not blue. It's an off-white in the movie. I don't control the marketing department. I just work here.
Thank goodness I'm only a wrestling fan.
The mouse mafia is coming in on him.
Right? That's why I'm trying to be careful. And I am buying this and asking for forgiveness later because.
Oh, good grief, almighty.
Like I said, I'm buying this now and asking for forgiveness later.
There you go. So that is pretty much it for this evening. We've discussed everything. So we will go ahead and we will run through the shills here and we will get off the air. Mr. Meacham.
I don't know what my shill is these days. Oh, it's just my socials. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can follow me on, let's see, Blue Sky and Instagram and Twix _ Jeff Meacham, Facebook and YouTube at just Jeff Meacham. I did let the team know, so I'll let the public know, right here in public, if you will. I am off the clock on Saturday, March 1st. So not only will I be around if needed for the Elimination Chamber, not only will I be around for Shenanigans, I will be around if, somebody else on the team happens to have a birthday that day or something they want to celebrate. I'm here for it. So.
Fair enough.
Somebody's me on the birthday.
Is birthday.
Yes. The big 4-2 because I can't have a big anything anymore. They're all big. After double digits, it's all big and downhill.
All right. Well, at least, not good to do that. Too tired.
But I will be. Whether I'm on property will be determined later, but I am definitely off the clock on that Saturday and the day before, which is even rarer. So.
Well, there you go. Once in the blue moon.
Yeah, Mazel tov, as Natalie would tell me.
Ryan, go ahead and get your shills in.
Oh, unnecessary. We can move on.
That
Not
won't be
trying to plug
necessary.
anything.
Well, that's true.
You don't want to tell people where they can find you?
Oh no. Don't know.
Don't know.
We
don't know where to
we
find
shit post here.
We should post.
Wow.
All right.
That is
Ryan does not
true.
want to be found. He wants to be left alone.
Yeah, Baypocalypse on Twitter. There you go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, okay. Noah. I guess
People
we're going to Noah next.
Sure, why not? Again, I'm introverted. I'm barely social. If people want to engage with me, primarily to be part of the predictions leagues I host, find me primarily on the Twitter and on YouTube. I am Foster9016 for all things wrestling. Shout out to WWE fan, the social media platforms. Next time Sleep Addicting will be back. We will be covering the Elimination Chamber. That will be February the 27th, Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned for more on that. The NXT League initial roster leaderboard will be up some point Tuesday night, so stay tuned for that. And again, as I always wish to encourage you, just do a live professional wrestling too, and don't suck dick or be a dick like Eva and Dick Togo of House of Torture. It's as simple as that.
Wow.
Damn.
God damn. Don't suck dick and be a dick. That's a quote. See,
with a man named Dick.
All righty then.
This is the Noah when he takes a day off of church.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This is when I'm slightly true, but I'm not ranting yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's next? And me, hi. You can find me on the socials at Instagram, YouTube, and X at JamesSide95, and on Facebook at JamesHumanHuman. I'm really cool and dumb things on the internet, and Jeff ended up leaving because I did the voice. So yeah, go check me out. Did a spaces. It's been kind of wild on Twitter. It's very wild on Twitter.
What else is new?
Just say we exposed some shit, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. And then yeah, Mog's Doc, he's cool. Go support him and get that shit up to 2,000 views. It's 1.8K right now. So yeah, go support. Thank. And yeah, Jabert's side of things, whenever that happens.
No, she just keeps going back and forth with you, dude.
She's not gonna stop. This is gonna be the war that never ends. Just wait till she's on the screen next time and she brings it up.
This is the war that
Let it go. Let it go.
Non-copyright. Don't make me start ranting about Disney.
Disney. And the happiest place on earth, right there.
That is very not Disney.
Yeah,
weak mic.
100% opposite. But you can catch Twitch at SRS1983, Blue Sky, and the X at Walter Alex Cruz, the Instagram at Walter.Cruz.940, and of course the YouTube at Rage of Wrestling. Subscribe. Word of the year. Subscribe.
Damn it. Subscribe. How many different languages can we say subscribe?
Not even gonna try.
Say it in all your different voices, James.
Subscribe.
What the fuck was that?
Grizzle my
The
nizzle.
culturally insensitive Japanese attempt at saying subscribe.
Hey, shut up.
my
Listen, I'm not culturally insensitive. I did a great G1 climax type intro for this man, okay? It is
I'm
not
sure you
culturally
did.
insensitive.
You're not culturally insensitive at all. You just literally was like, I'm going to say a language and say subscribe.
Subscribe. And then there's
subscribe. Freaking insensitive Japanese announcer could probably say subscribe better than you.
Yeah, probably. That's very accurate.
The puppet will say subscribe, please.
Don't talk about the puppet anymore. Jesus.
Subscribe.
I'm gonna get a screenshot of the Monet puppet just having subscribe underneath it at some point.
Sabbath, Giba. All right.
JJ, please.
You can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, X and Blue Sky ROWJJ Williams, YouTube Casa D18 Studios. I don't do anything cool and dumb like James, but I am kind of entertaining. I'm mildly entertaining.
Mildly entertaining. I see.
I usually host spaces 2 days a week.
Yes.
Walter's been hosting them 1 day a week. James sometimes crashes our spaces. Sometimes he completely forgets and sleeps.
Yes, that's well. To be
And
fair,
ignores us, you know.
Yeah, to be fair,
When he's supposed to be there supporting us, helping us run things, he's memes, looking at the back of his eyelids.
Listen, I had family shit, and I needed R&R. Leave me alone.
What happened was,
I will not. You can't make me.
Oh, good grief.
It's looking like March 15th will be our next karaoke night.
Oh, freaking hell. All this shit again.
Because March 1st is the Chamber. March 8th is UFC. March 14th is TNA Sacrifice. So we know we don't have to worry about any other pay-per-views after that. Because that's the 3 companies right there.
Mm-hmm.
Roadblock is the 11th. It's a TV special.
That's Walter and JJ.
So March 15th will be 90s karaoke. The entire decade. All genres.
The hell?
Best decades of R&B ever.
Yeah, ain't no argument there. Say my father grew me up on that stuff.
R&B, grunge, alternative.
That's
Don't
so funny
act like
because
people don't want a super chat to hear Noah do It Was a Good Day.
Noah, if you don't do Nirvana.
I haven't heard that song since GTA Nirvana. The only song by them is Smell Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, you mean EDP's thing?
Yes. Smells like money with the 90s.
Also, I have an announcement. I forgot to add this. I will be with Stat Boy tomorrow, calling the Daytona 500.
Oh, yeah, you get to call 500 left turns for 50 vehicles on an oval.
Hey, listen.
They're making
You
a
behave
left
about
turn.
NASCAR.
No.
Praise Dale, praise Dale.
No, it's more about the drinking and the ducking the tires.
Listen.
You can't drink while driving. That's the
First-
audience's job.
First of all, you got that. This shows how
Easy
much you
sport
don't
to
know.
follow while you're hammered.
It ain't a freaking 500 laps, Noah. It's 500 miles.
Still way too long.
And I will call 500 miles, and I will scream for 500.
That's all you're going to hear.
Don't play a Sonic game. You'll go quicker.
Moving around at the speed of sound.
Oh, I hate that soundtrack. That's one of the most annoying
Say goodnight, Gracie.
of my life.
Don't
Yeah,
catch this,
hit the
people.
damn button before I go into a rant on absolutely everything.
Damn, okay.
How much would that cost if Noah were to attempt some ice?
Ash is on one now, too. I think it's time to quit while we're all ahead.
Yeah, sure. McDowell's is the way to eat. Yay!
Why are there so many Legacy Bullet Club members?
Ash, I will message you the information.
They're going to get you.
You all fucking suck.
Let JJ take us out.
Yes. And
Huh?
What?
Take us out. You always give us the final words.
We're not going into a what thing like we did that one time. Hit the damn button.
Just say something.
Say a thing.
Say something for Pete's sake. Oh, of course, Harley Cameron, the puppets of the freaking middle. You.
B-O-O. B-O.
Enough of that!
Is that how we're ending it? Really?
He's literally delaying the inevitable.